anything you want to cover, or
Oh,
we just basically just freestyle it?
freestyle, and we're
Yep.
live right now. Hey, Osman,
Hey,
how
hello,
you doing?
hello, internet
Hello.
land.
Yeah, hello, everybody. It looks like we already have some people in the chat. They've been waiting for us.
Oh,
Let's say
wicked.
hi to the chat first. Yeah. Can you see the chat on your end, Osman?
I I can't know. How do I need to click something? Or sorry, sorry everybody. I'm new to this whole streaming business, so this is actually the first live stream I've actually ever done. So if I look a
Yeah,
little
no.
bit awkward or have no idea what I'm doing, I do
Hey, I
apologize.
haven't done it for a couple months, so we're gonna be a little rusty, but it's gonna be good overall.
No,
So
that's
are
cool.
you on the laptop or what are you streaming on right now? Your phone?
I'm on my laptop at the moment.
Your laptop. So you should be able to see the chat on your right-hand side.
Comments. Ah, here we go.
And yeah, do
Ah,
you see it? Okay,
yep,
yeah,
got
you
them
should be
now.
able to see it
Yeah,
in the
yeah. We
comments.
got we got
Okay.
Hinanu. We got Delilah. We
Yay.
got who else? We got Daniel Marquez. I've seen you pop up a couple of times in Web v Wednesdays, mate. Good to see you. Double Quill. Good to have you in the house. Who else we got
Bye.
here? You choose. I'm thinking. Is that Poppy? No, I'm not sure. Hey, the
Who
gang's
is
all
it?
here.
Oh,
That's it.
dang, there's a lot of people here. We got YouTube. We have
Yeah,
YouTube on YouTube. Let's go.
that's it. Big shout out to the Web v Collective. We've got a lot of our members here with us today. Thank you. For today, this evening, this afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you
Yeah,
might be in the
whatever
world.
time it is for you.
That's one thing that does my head in is like all these different time zones. I got so many time zones I have to try and keep up with.
Oh my gosh, you're telling me, dude. I'm like telling people my day and I'm like, well, what are you doing right now? They're like going to bed and I'm like going to bed and I'm like, oh yeah, you live across the freaking ocean. What am I
Mm.
talking about? Yeah, you get to bed right now.
Oh, I know. I had the same conversation with my missus last night. She says, "Oh yeah, so what time's this chat you're doing?" I said, "Oh, I have to be up to like do 2:30 in the morning for it." She's like, "What? You gotta go to bed. Go to bed now."
Yeah, she's like, go, go, go. That's so funny. Yeah,
Mm,
Austin did the same thing. He was like, wait, you're streaming at 8 o'clock? And I was like,
mhm.
yeah, it works best for his time. He's across the ocean. We got to do
That's
what we got
it.
to do.
No
But
time zones. So, but hopefully, as soon as we can get to the metaverse when it gets here, that might make things a little bit easier. Probably not, but it's a good idea.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
Uh,
Okay, well,
YouTube 671. It is Poppy. I thought so. Sorry, I didn't recognize the
okay,
name.
it
Good
is
to see you, Poppy.
Poppy. Hi, Poppy. Thanks for joining.
Yeah, we got Evolved as
Um,
well. Ayo.
who?
We got
Oh,
Evolved.
Rose. There we go. Hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got okay. So Delilah told me. So I asked Delilah, like, who's all in WebV then? Like, how many members are there? And she sent me like 20 people's names. Is
Mm.
there like 20 people
Yeah. Well,
and going?
there's
Like, do you guys keep adding on, or what's
yeah,
going
we do.
on?
Well, basically, with our group, the WebV Collective, we actually have a Discord, and we have I think it's about 23 members in the Discord though, but not all of our members use Discord. So some use Twitter, some use Discord. I think all in all, we're up about somewhere around 24, 25. I have to like sort of get the exact numbers.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, like basically the what WebV is basically just a group of us who came together and basically just wanted a space to just sort of share our love of collecting and just sort of get away from the FUD of like what's going on in the markets or what's going on with VV or any sort of like negativity and just sort of sharing our love of collecting.
yeah, I love that so much. And you guys recently started doing the WebV podcast, WebV Collective podcast,
Yes.
or
So the group itself actually, well, I'm not sure exactly how long we've been going for now, but I think we've been going for a few months now. I think like somewhere like 5-6 months maybe. But
wow.
yeah, so
Okay.
we basically like started off uh basically we got together and then we started doing like our first sort of like roundtable uh YouTube video, and basically from there it sort of sprouted into more ideas. Like we sort of started off with that, and we sort of didn't want to sort of be like just like another roundtable sort of group, like just like on the screen just talking about VV and collectibles and stuff like that. So we actually wanted a platform to sort of interact more with the community, and then that's where the idea of coming up with the Twitter space came from. So we said, hey, well, me personally, I've never had anything to do with Twitter Spaces before up until this point, and we just thought, well, let's give it a go and just see what people think about it. So we had our first Twitter Space and got some really really good participation, really good responses. And then from that, Web V Wednesdays was born, which big shout out to Farrell Comey, who came up with the name for that, which I thought was absolutely gold.
Yeah.
And so
Great.
yeah, so that's basically like a regular thing we've got going every Wednesday now from 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And
Okay.
yeah. So if you're ever available and want to jump in, have a listen, that's there as well.
Yeah, of course. That's awesome. And then wait, so do you guys just like talk about VV and like collectibles and what's going on in the market at all? Or are you
Yeah,
guys
well,
just talking about, sorry.
no, that's right. But basically what we do on WebV Wednesdays, we basically talk about basically all things. We talk VV, we talk film, TV, comics, fandom. In our last Wednesday, we had a big discussion about the upcoming Aliens drop. So we basically had a big discussion about Aliens. We had a discussion about Star Trek.
Okay.
Basically, we basically just had like a nice big nerd out session, I guess you could say.
I love that. I love that. So go nerd out on Wednesdays, WebV Wednesdays.
Yeah,
Um,
you'll see it all over Twitter.
You'll see it all over Twitter. Yes, that's awesome. I missed yours last Wednesday. I was bummed I couldn't find it, the space. Next time you have to send it to me when you
Yeah,
start.
definitely.
I would appreciate that. And then I'll retweet it so we can get more views in there too.
That's it. I mean, like every day we're trying to make the channel the space that little bit better, and like we try and make it like so everybody who wants to come up has something to say, or like wants to share an opinion, it's more than welcome to. Yeah, it's just an open platform for everybody, and we just sort of just
Yeah, I
come
love
together, just sharing our love of collecting, and just have a good old nerd out session.
it. That's fun. That's fun. So when did you start getting into collecting? Did Vivi kind of turn you into a collector, or were you already collecting before you found Vivi?
Well, I was actually already collecting before I found VV. So basically, the story is that before I moved here, because right now I'm in Bristol in the United Kingdom, but originally I'm from it's a coastal town called Albany, Western Australia. So basically, do you know the layout of Australia at all?
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. Well, Western Australia is basically the big part, like on
Mm-hmm.
the west side, and my town is basically like where is like in the bottom right hand corner. I mean, like
Okay.
so if
Like
I
in
was
the
able
little
to,
tail.
yeah. So basically, like it's a small coastal town, and yes, that's where I'm originally from, and then I basically was collecting. Well, I was basically collecting all sorts of stuff back then. I was collecting comic books. I had action figures. I had Lego. I had Nerf guns. I had all sorts of cool stuff.
That's
That was back when I had more money than sense. But then life happened, and I ended up moving over here about nearly 10 years ago now. But
okay.
unfortunately, to do that, I had to sell off a lot of my collection, and right now I'm only down to like a small box full of comics I was able to take with me, and everything is now
Okay,
still
so you
still.
only kept the comics.
I did keep the comics, and I've actually got a box of them right here,
Oh
and
yeah, we could do show and tell.
we could. I don't want to do too much because I've actually just done a show and tell video with the WebV Collective not long ago, so
Oh, okay, okay.
that's going to be coming very soon. But I will show one or two just to give you a preview about what's to come.
Yeah, I love it. And then we can do you know when the video will be dropped or whatever that you guys did?
We're hoping for somewhere in the next couple of days. So I'm just
Okay.
waiting on the editing to be completed and a few other little odds and sods, but it will be coming somewhere in the next few days.
Okay, perfect.
But obviously don't
So
hold me to
keep
that
your
because
eyes
obviously
out, guys.
that's it. Keep an eye out, but don't hold me to that because obviously life happens and things do get knocked back as you probably know. But
Oh yeah.
but back to the story of like how I got back into collecting. So
Yes.
the one thing I didn't like about having physical collectibles is that the logistics of trying to get my whole collection over here is expensive and taxing, and it's heavy, and like you try like lugging. I originally had 2 long boxes full of comic books, and you're trying to get 2 long boxes full of comic books over here, not only cost you an arm and a leg in shipping, but they're heavy and they're like really, really difficult to transport. And then not even to mention things like action figures and Lego and all that sort of stuff. You know, you try and get that over here. Like, you know, your Lego can like end up in 1,000 pieces and you'll never remember how that all goes together because you've lost the instructions or put it together ages ago. And same things with toys. So for a long time, I just didn't collect anything. I mean, like, I do occasionally collect other stuff outside of VV. Like I do have like a small like keychain collection just from like traveling around like the UK and Europe and a few other areas, and just a few like little odds and sods like fridge magnets and stuff like that, but nothing on the grand scale of what I used to collect. And then that's when I found VV. So the story is basically I got into the crypto space first, as probably most people do. So I dabbled around with Bitcoin, Ethereum, like, you know, the big dogs. And then like, you know, I sort of learned a bit more about that space, and then started following like, you know, different influencers in that sort of area. And then I was watching, I think it was BitBoy Crypto's channel, and he brought up the Ecomi token. And so I learned a little bit more about that, and then that sort of led me toward the VV app. And then I heard like, you know, they picked up Disney and Marvel, and I was like, ooh, okay, because like I definitely love Marvel and I like Disney, so I'll look into this a little bit more. Download the app. I had a little bit of a play with it. I didn't actually do much with it when I first created my account, which I think was on somewhere around May 2021, I believe, which is when I first created the account. So I guess you could say I'm like one of the earlier users, but I'm just checking it now, make sure that's accurate.
He's an OG.
Yeah, May 2021. That's when I first got into it, but at the time I didn't really do much with it. But then I started like, you know, playing around with it a little bit, loaded up some gems, went for a drop or two, ended up getting drops. My first drop I got was, I think, was the Fantastic Four little Mighties.
Okay.
So yeah, so I got myself a Mr. Fantastic and a Human Torch on drop. So I thought, okay, this is cool. And so I went for a drop here and there, and then the Golden Moments dropped, and then that's where things like really sort of heated up. So I was lucky enough to get a Golden Moment Iron Man on the drop, but after that I just didn't have a hope of getting anything else. And
but that's awesome that you got Iron Man. I heard that the Golden Moments were really hard. I joined VV right after the Golden Moments dropped.
Oh, really?
Like right after, yeah. I seen a picture of Elsa on Instagram, like a reel of her or something that someone had posted, and I was like, oh, what's this? And so like that's how I stumbled onto VV. But yeah, so I just barely missed it. But everybody said that was super hard to score any Golden Moments.
Yeah, I mean, I was over the moon like when I got like a golden moment. I was like, oh my god, I got one. It was like the greatest thing in the world, and I still have it today, just because, like, you know, it's one of, like, you know, my prize, like, you know, I did it moments. I mean,
that's
obviously
awesome.
I would have preferred the Walt, but the Iron Man
right.
was still, like, you know, my preferred one.
Would you have sold Walt at 40K if you had him?
Well, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, hindsight 2020, hell yeah, I would have sold a 40K, but as most people don't, no. But yeah, but then like, you know, I started, like, you know, getting more into the drops, and then, like, you know, that just sort of really reignited my collector spirit, and also then I started getting back into the comic side of it as well. And then but then it sort of got to the point where I was like going like for every single like sort of drop, and I was just like, well, I need to choose something to go for, like choose like something to focus on, because otherwise you spread yourself too thin and you'll end up spending tons of money, and then the values might go down, and then, like, you know, you'll end up, you know, with just all the stuff that you like just was building off hype at the time. So I made the decision to go for the ultra rare comics, and that was kind of like my thing. So now I just kind of focus purely on ultra rare comics, and just sort of.
Do you have a pretty good collection so far?
I do. Last I looked, I think I'm up to like 120 ultra rare comics.
Oh, nice. Do you stack them, like get multiple of each, or are you trying to get like one ultra rare of like every comic, or like what's your goal?
Ideally I'd like one of every comic, just because I reckon the exclusive covers are just gorgeous, and I I mean, in my opinion, like, they've got like that sort of good balance of scarcity versus collectivity, if you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Because
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
yeah, because I know everyone like sort of goes for the secret rare comics, like for the scarcity, like, and I totally get that. But for me, I reckon the ultra rare comics have also got that level of scarcity, but they've also got a fairly reasonable price point, and they've got the added collectivity of having like the exclusive comic book artists. And some people
Yeah,
like,
exactly. Yeah.
yeah, and some people like to collect their favorite comic book artists.
Yep. I
So for
totally agree with that.
yeah, and also I just like the artwork. Like, I just like looking at it. Like, I like the way the colors pop out. Some of like the dramatic poses and like on some of the covers are. And yeah, I mean, like, because like I've said like in other videos that the some of the secret rare covers are just plain and boring. Like, they're just like the
Mhm.
internal snippets of like, and they just put on like a white black background, which is, it just, I mean, for me personally, it just doesn't really do anything for me.
See, but that's funny because I was doing the exact same thing as you for like a long time. For
Mm.
when I first joined Vivi, I was just going for like all the rares though, because like that was super
Okay.
affordable for me. And
Yeah.
then I was just like, it's like the ultra rare, it just like has no color for like
Yeah.
most of them, So I was like, I'll just get the rares. So I was like stacking rares for a little bit myself.
Mm.
But that's cool that you have a pretty big collection. Do you have like what's your favorite comic book on Vivi?
Favorite comic book on Vivi, like favorite cover. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
right. There's a couple I do like. I mean, there's one or two that I don't own, which I would like to get eventually, but it comes down to time and money, and the usual thing. Also, like, being a father of two with two small children who are getting bigger every day, and currently eating me out of house and home. I've only got
Sure.
so much money to throw at this app. But
Yeah.
right now, I always keep coming back to uh, Fantastic Four #5, first appearance of Doctor Doom. So
Hmm.
that's one of my favorite covers, with Doom just like standing there, like, in all his glory, just lording over everybody.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a good one.
I do like the rare of the Ultimate Fallout 4 with the Miles Morales with the red background.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that
Mm.
one's a good one
Yeah,
too.
that one's really, really nice. And I reckon if you sort of took that and sort of like paired it with either the FA Venom, like, or one of those other ones with like a red background, I reckon that look really cool. So I think that's Spider-Man 300, I believe.
I'm not sure, but I'm sure that it
Mm.
would look good if you can
Yeah,
imagine it. Like
yeah,
I trust your judgment.
yeah, yeah. Also, like, what's another photo? I do. Yeah, I think that's. Oh, and also the Wolverine one as well. I think it's Astonishing X-Men #1, where Wolverine's like sort of standing up, like, with a red background with his claws like raised.
Oh,
That's another
yep,
really
I
good.
know.
Yeah, if you know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another really good one.
I really
Um,
like I'm basic and I really like the ones where the Power of X ones, the secret rare covers, because they just
oh
like go
yeah,
together.
yeah, the two
I'm
that go
just like a
together. Yeah,
huge
that is
fan
really
of
cool.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be cool if they did like more covers like that on the app.
I know they have a lot in real life, so you would
Mm,
think that we can get more like that on the app. I'm sure that we'll get them eventually. We'll eventually have all the comics, right? You would
mm.
think.
Yeah, we'll get there eventually. I mean, like, there are some fun things coming at the moment, isn't it? Like, you've seen the news about all the crafting and the Infinity Gauntlet.
That's why I was so excited. I was like, what perfect timing to like
Mm.
have an interview scheduled for this Friday. And then you guys dropped this fun news on us. How exciting. Now
Yeah.
we get to talk about it. Have you already been speculating on it? Like what they're gonna throw at us
Fu
or
Funny enough, we actually, in the last episode of Web v Wednesdays, we actually had a big discussion about the crafting aspect of like Vivi, and like, what it could mean, because obviously, like, they had that little teaser post before they fully announced it, and
Mhm.
everyone's like, oh yeah, it's going to be like the Infinity Gauntlet, because you've got the colors, and that basically just screams like Infinity War. Plus, everyone's been speculating about it for ages now, and we had this discussion
Exactly.
about, like, what would you need to do, like, to get the Infinity Gauntlet, and some of the ideas that were thrown around is that, well, of it, I mean, like, the whole idea to get the Soul Stone is that you have to sacrifice something you love. So one idea is that, well, to mint it, you have to sacrifice something in your collection, maybe like something like high tier, like a Grail or something. And another idea is that, well, maybe you have to like, mint, like, take like X amount of like FA Gamora comics, for example, and have to sacrifice like 10 of them to mint like the Gauntlet or something like that, or the Black Widow comic, which I think is Tales of Suspense 52, I think. So just ideas like that, like just was thrown around just to make it like a really, really fun session.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
Yeah. What
I'm
about you?
excited to see what they actually throw at us. I don't even know. Like, I don't even know what to think about it. I'm thinking like, I think it would just be really cool if they kind of kept with like the MCU and the movies and just like dropped Gamora for us so that we could sacrifice our Gamoras
That would be good.
For the Soul Stone kind of thing. I
Yeah.
don't know though. Like, I don't know how that would all play out. So
Yeah, but I mean, it's good though, because like this whole crafting aspect, like really sort of like opens the whole doorway to like like what could possibly like we could do. Like, are you a gamer at all?
A little bit. I mean, I get down on like Nintendo. I'm not like a PC or like play
Okay.
any shooting games. I'm very horrible. You do not want me to be on your team playing a shooting game.
You're the cannon. So you're the cannon fodder then.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm like the one that can like lead the way and just get like killed for you guys, so you could just like get through the map or whatever you
Yeah.
need to do.
You're the canary.
Yeah, there you go. I'm the canary.
But no, there was one idea, like, because one game, like, I used to be a big gamer back in the day as well. Like, I used to play a lot of Diablo. If you're familiar with that at all.
Oh, I don't know.
No,
Is it a
well,
shooting game?
it's
What is Diablo?
Diablo is actually like a role playing game, so action role playing game. So you make your
Oh,
person, level them up, and like stats and all that sort of stuff. But there was one aspect of that game which was where you used a cube, and basically you had like different fragments of things, and you put things in this cube, and it would transmute it into like another object. So that's
okay.
kind of like the idea of what maybe like VV is going for. Like, so like you
Yeah.
take like X amount of comics or whatever, you put them into some sort of incubator, sort of like transmute them all into like an ultra rare comic or something like that. Because I know I think David's thrown ideas about that around in like last AMAs and things like that.
That would be cool. That would be cool. I'm just excited that they're doing this crafting and this burning stuff, like adding some kind of like gamification to the app. I think that is going to help brighten up the moods of like people and hopefully bring more people into the app as well. I like that they're starting to implement some more fun stuff so that we just have some more things to like talk about and like get excited about.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you have your MCP yet?
I do have my MCP. Yeah, have you got yours?
Okay. Yeah, I do. Well, okay, so on my actual, like on my account, I don't have MCP, but on mine and my boyfriend's account, we have
Right.
MCP on that one. So I don't know. I don't know if this account's ever gonna get it, but
We'll get there eventually.
yeah. What level are you? I know it's not super accurate or whatever. They say like it has some tweaks that they still have to work on, but
Oh yeah, I don't trust it one bit at the moment, but obviously because it's early days. But
yeah.
according to this, I am MCP level 23, and I'm Diamond 1.
Okay. Okay.
So I think that's pretty good. So like I said,
Yeah.
I'm not overly hyped about the whole MCP thing just yet, because obviously it's still early days.
Exactly. We'll see what it goes or what the actual scores are for everybody when it's like fully rolled out,
Yeah.
right? I'm excited to see. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say. So what do you like to collect on the app?
Oh man. So Austin and I decided to start collecting just like start collecting a mint number, and so 321 or 3210 really catches both of our eyes. So we kind of just started picking up 3210s, and we have like quite a bit now collected. And so we
Nice.
just like that. Yeah, mostly of just like Marvel or Disney stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, I do kind of like some of the comics. I like comics more in like real life. Like I'd rather get real life comics, but
I'm liking that. That is that a Scotty Young cover over your shoulder?
yeah, I just got it. I need to hang it up, but I just haven't yet.
Oh yeah, that's cute. I like that one.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, I only have 2 graded comics. I always just buy like raw covers, and then I'm
Mm,
planning to send them all in. Well, not all of them, but some of them in, um, to get graded and stuff like that. But yeah, so I kind of like doing that, and like the real life is, I think that's fun to like go try to find them at the comic book stores, and
mm,
stuff like that. So I'm more of a comic person in real life, but on the app, yeah, I just love all the 3D collectibles. I like to like play with them in my vault and put fun pictures together. I haven't done it in a while, but when I first started, I was like in my vault all the time, just like playing with them and trying to figure out like cool things to do with them. So
mm. Yeah, I mean, I'm the same. Like, me personally, I don't really do much with my collectibles in the AR function just because I'm horrible at it. I tried doing like what some of these the Voltaholics do, and I just scratch my head. I'm just like, how do they do this?
exactly. Exactly. Especially the AR ones. The people that do like the AR like out in like real life and they have like all this intricate picture. I'm like, how are you doing that?
Mm.
It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't make sense. Because
Yeah, no,
mine doesn't work like that. I think my phone's broken.
yeah. I mean, like, I have to have a shout out to, like, some of the vault collectors out there. Like, I watched the interview you did with is it Mr. Falcon?
Yeah, Mr.
Yeah,
Falcon, yeah.
Mr. Falcon. Yeah, I mean, like some of the stuff that guy does. I mean, like, wow. And also, like,
Wow.
other Voltaholics, like I mean, I'm sorry if I get everyone's names wrong. I mean, I only see them like in passing, but I know that Furukomi does a lot of vault things. Also, we've got the 30-day challenge going at the moment now as well, which was started by Evolve Collect, I believe. So shout out to you for that one, mate. That one's still going strong.
Can I still like start even though you guys are on like day 10 and like
Yeah.
I am starting now? Because I
You,
seen them on like day 3 and I was like, oh, I'm late.
well, so I mean, me personally, I haven't even started yet. So now
Oh,
would be the perfect time to start. I mean, like, I've seen people starting like, like day one, day two, even though it's been going for like, I don't know, easily over a week now.
okay, yeah. I think I'm gonna start on the first because then it'll be easy to like do. I'll do it from like the first to like the end of the month, and then
Yeah, do
yeah.
it.
Evolve started that. Okay, I was wondering who started that because I seen so many people posting like day 1, day 2, day
Oh,
3.
I know what you mean. Like, no, I sometimes lose track of who starts what, who starts what. I mean, like, I bug it up the other day, like, because I was on doing the spaces, and I shouted out the wrong person, like, for starting the here and now movement.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, which I think was I can't remember now. Jeez, but it that's another one that's been getting a lot of traction as well. And
Yeah,
uh,
a lot. I was wondering who started that. I still don't know who started that. Nope, nobody's told me.
I know I did remember, but then I forgot again. So if anyone knows, put it in the comments so that way I can refresh my mind again to whoever started it. If I got that wrong, I do apologize. So I got a lot going on at the moment, and sometimes things do slip through the cracks, as life.
Right. Well, we have so much going on all the time, and then I don't even know how you do it. I mean, I have fur babies, but you have 2 kids. I don't even know how you keep
Oh,
your head on your shoulders.
it's a lot of caffeine.
I'm sure. I know when you told me that you were gonna wake up at 2 to start your day, I was like, is that like normal? Like
Yeah.
you wake up that early? That's
So
crazy.
just so people don't think I'm kidding.
3:33. Hey, that's
Yeah.
crazy. That 3 is my favorite number. And then you
Yeah.
just showed me the time when it was 3:33.
Uh,
Oh,
here you
this
go.
was meant to
It was
be.
it was Mr. Champ who started it.
Mr. Champ. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I have seen that name thrown around a couple of times on Twitter in the spaces. So again, thank you for that, Mr. Champ, and I'm sorry if I got that wrong again. But yeah, the here to stay or here now movement is yeah, got a lot of positive traction, and
Yeah,
I know why I'm still in this space. I'm here to for the community, and that's the the only real reason I'm here, just for the
me too.
community. Because I mean, like, me, if you were to ask me, like, even this time last year or like 2 years from now, like, would I be like standing in front of a computer screen, like, doing all these amazing things with the Web V Collective and hosting Web V Wednesdays? I would have said you're dreaming.
Hmm.
And, like, interacting with all these people from, like, all over the world, like, even yourself. I mean, like, you're all the way out in, like, you're in Colorado, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, see, Colorado. I'm here in Bristol in the United Kingdom. Like, it's like literally like the other side of the world.
I know. So crazy. Have you ever been here in the States?
No, I've never been to America. I would love to go. I mean, like, I always get so jealous, like, of like seeing people like
You would
posting
like to
things like,
come here? I mean, we could trade places like right now. We could
yeah.
just, you come to Colorado,
It would be nice,
go
wouldn't
to
it?
the UK. Yeah, except for
Yeah.
I wish you lived in Australia still, because I'd rather live in Australia, I think. I don't
Yeah.
know. I've never been, but I've always like, seen movies and watched um documentaries and stuff where there's like
Mm.
cool attractions in Australia, and I just think it's cool. Like people are like, you really want to live where there's spiders as big as your head, and I'm like, I don't care about that. Like I don't care that there's crazy poisonous animals. Like I just think it's cool. You can have a pet kangaroo. Like come on. Just
Yeah.
kidding.
Well, some people do have pet kangaroos. Like, you can see them like
Yeah.
hopping outside your back door. I mean, like, there's like occasions, like, where I walk out my backyard, like, there'd be like a group of kangaroos just chilling on like on my back lawn, just like eating my grass.
Yeah, my friend went up to college out there and she said they're like deer here. Like
Yeah.
that's how many kangaroos you guys have. They're just like our backyard deer.
Yeah, yeah.
That's so fun. That's cool though. Your deer are way cooler than our deer.
Well, yeah, except our deer can be like quite dangerous, especially if you upset them.
Is it true that they'll try to drown you?
That I mean,
I've
that
seen
was a
crazy
rare
videos.
that was a very rare occurrence. I mean, like, kangaroos have the potential to do things like that, but they don't just go openly like attacking people. They're not like, like
Okay.
heat-seeking missiles or anything. But
Yeah.
I'd imagine they're kind of like deers, like they have no road sense whatsoever, so they are quite dangerous if you're driving around at night.
Hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, they can be they can be quite aggressive as well. And some of the big boomers, like the big kangaroos, they're like built like tanks.
I've seen it. They're like seriously have
Yeah,
like 8 packs. I'm
yeah,
like, this guy's jacked.
yeah. And most people think, like, that, like, the boxing kangaroo is what you got to look out for. It's like, no, what you got to look out for is the feet.
Oh yeah, I'm
Yeah, because
sure.
yeah, because because what will happen is, like, they'll use their tails as a spring, and they'll get like up on those tails and get those legs up, and they'll just go bang.
And
And
then
there's
they have a stronger hit than a horse does, right?
yeah,
Yeah. That's
yeah.
crazy.
I've known people in the past who've got hit by kangaroos and they've done like quite a lot of damage.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't. Hey, I said I wanted a pet kangaroo because I wanted to be my friend. I'm not trying to have any fights with any kangaroos.
Yeah. But
But
don't let that put anyone off from coming to Australia. Like, Australia is a beautiful country. It's an amazing place. I do stress enough that our wildlife does not actively go out trying to kill everything. I mean, like, it just looks
exactly.
scary. It just looks
We're
scary.
they're more scared of us than we are of them.
That's right.
Right.
So, and what about over your way? Like, what have you got in Colorado?
Shoot, we have mountain lions and bears, but I love camping, so I'm like always in the mountains. People are like, "Wait, have
Oh,
you seen
wow.
a bear?" I've seen 2 bears in real life, like in person. I'm like, "Ooh," but I didn't like they're too far away for me to like be worried about it, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, hang on. I want to throw a few through shout outs here. Like, sorry, we got oh, look, we got
What?
sleeping in the house. We got sleeping comics.
Hey.
Hey, sleeping. Good to see you, mate.
That's
Actually,
awesome.
while sleeping's here, I want to give him a quick shout out as well. Like, one of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I watched your video about like finding your place in the community, and for a while I thought it was just having my place in the community was basically just like being known as the guy with all the ultra rare comics. So I just kept constantly buying ultra rare comics until I ran out of money. So this is my way of trying to contribute to the community by doing Web Wednesdays, regular Twitter Spaces, which you're always welcome to jump in if you ever get a chance, and yeah, and just chilling with the Web collective and just building our group and trying to make a positive impact in our space in that sense. So that was me trying to find my way in the VV world. So I just want to say thank you for that video and thank you for that inspiration.
Oh, I love that. Give him
Yeah,
his flowers. Yeah, he's such a cool guy. I met him at DCon too. He's just so humble and so nice and
yeah, it
so
just seems like
freaking
really chilled.
smart.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. Seems like a really smart guy, very chilled. I always enjoy his content, and
Mm-hmm.
I do always pay attention to the VV ranks as well, try and give me an idea of what's hot, what's not.
What's on, what's not, right? Oh, look, he said thank you, thank you. Oh,
No,
yeah.
no, thank you, my pleasure. And also we've got Nos as well. Nos, good to see you, mate.
And then, oh yeah, this is Nas. Oh, Nas, what's up? Yeah, so are you excited for Viviverse? Have you been
Yes,
waiting?
yeah, yeah. You saw the videos like on the latest AMA.
Yeah, I did. What'd you
Yeah,
think?
I thought it was like really good. I mean, obviously, it's still got like a long way to go before we get like to the Ready Player One stage,
Of course, of course.
but yeah, it looks like it's progressing well.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I'm really excited. I'm
Mm.
excited to just have a place to put my comics up on a wall finally. Like my digital
Oh,
comics
that
belong
is
to be
one.
like deserve to be somewhere, you
That's
know?
what I'm hanging out for as well. That is my dream. Like, have like my little space in the VVverse, and just have all my ultra rare comics just spread out all over my wall, and that way I can invite everyone into my space, and I can like show them off, and just like check this one out. We can talk about like the different cover artists, and like just like compare covers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Oh,
good.
I know, I can't wait. What do you think? Do you think that like we'll already have games in there to like play, or like we're still gonna have to go in there and like build games ourselves to like
Well,
get started?
it'd be good if they had like something like maybe like low level to sort of get people engaged. Like, funny
Mhm.
enough, one of the blokes on our Twitter space last week brought this up, saying that even if it's just something like low grade, like bare basic, like your Space Invaders or your Snake or good old fashioned Pong, just something like very like low level, just something they'll give you a reason to stay there, because that's what
Yeah.
really draws people in. Like, people think, oh yeah, VVverse wicked, but if I can just walk around for 2 seconds and then just walk out, like, what's keeping me there?
Yeah. I mean, I think it's cool because like I'm looking forward to like concerts, you know, like I want
Mm,
to see the VV fan has so much talent. Like we do have a lot of like musicians and people that can sing or like play an
yeah.
instrument. And so like we could have like talent shows in the VV verse. And like I just think it's cool because since we all do live so far away, it's not realistic to think that all of us are going to be able to hang out all at once. But then having the
Mm,
VV verse, we can.
that's
So
right.
that's super cool.
Yeah,
I'm
that is gonna
excited.
be cool. And also just like having like the different spaces we can go in, like, because obviously everyone's different, everyone's got different tastes. So it'd be like cool if like I could, like, you can come into my space, and like I can have like all my ultra rare comics displayed everywhere, or I can come into your space and you've got like all your your Spider Verse comics displayed, all like.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking at everything over your shoulder, like you've got like all like you got
I
like some
got so much
bobbleheads.
random things. I mean,
Yeah,
it's mostly Funko
that's some
Pops
cool
in
stuff.
my background. If we ever have Funko, which probably won't happen, but
Well, we
they
got
said
more.
that they've mentioned that we can bring stuff into the
That's
VVverse,
right.
just not taking our stuff out. So I could always bring like my Funko stuff over,
Mm.
So who knows? We'll see how that
Well,
goes. But
it could happen, because I have seen that other companies are playing with the idea. I think one company I was looking at was, I think it's called Meta Hero, but basically the idea behind it was basically they were taking items and doing like 3D scanning, and then scanning that item and then putting that into the multiverse, or the metaverse, sorry.
oh, okay, that's cool. That's
So
cool.
so that's a good idea. So potentially, like, if you can bring stuff from the outside into the Vverse, then potentially companies like this could pop up and start like 3D scanning things. Like, you can do your Funko Pops and then get them into your VV space.
Yeah, I mean, somebody was telling me that that people were working on that, and they were like, what is the one thing that you would want to scan so you have it in the VVverse too? I was like, my dog.
It's just okay.
But I'm
That'd
serious,
be
it would
cool.
be cool to have my dog in my VVverse too.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
well,
What about you? What would be your one item, like your very first thing, if you could like scan it and have it in there? What would it be?
that's a very, very hard question.
Oh,
What would it be? Good
I
question.
promise no hard questions. Dang, I'm
No, that
sorry.
is a hard question. I know, because like maybe something like maybe something done by like my kids, I guess. Like have
Yeah.
like like say like my son does like some artwork from school or something. Like it'd be cool if I could like scan that in and then put that like on my fridge, like my VVverse or something like that. Wouldn't that be
That
cool?
would be awesome. I would love that.
Yeah, because he's just getting up to that stage now. Because my two kids, my son's 4 and my daughter's 2, so he's
Okay.
starting school. He's starting school in September. So like we're sort of getting to those stages now where he comes home like with big drawings and we stick them on the fridge and he's like, Daddy, look.
Dang, so this is gonna be his first year of school. Are you
Yeah.
nervous?
Ah, not so much nervous. I mean, like it's definitely good for him, like getting the interaction out there because for him personally, like he was basically born probably a little bit just after the lockdown happened.
Okay,
So
yeah.
in the early days, like he really struggled with social interactions just because of obviously like when lockdown hit, it was very difficult for him to socialize with other children and people. So he
Right.
sort of fell behind a little bit in that sense. But now that we got him into like childcare and daycare and stuff, that's like really gone leaps and bounds. So just sort of
That's
keep
awesome.
just to keep that going would be really good for him.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Mm.
Oh man, kids. It gives me like anxiety just thinking about kids.
Yeah, good.
Um,
No, I, I basically compare kids to like Pokemon. They say they just evolve all the time.
for real though,
Yeah, they
huh?
do. Because I've had other parents ask me like, no, because they've got like young kids and they go, oh, is it getting any easier? Like the lack of sleep and all the fun stuff that comes with being a first time parent. I just said no. It doesn't get easier. It just gets different. So I said they're
Right.
like Pokemon. They just evolve. But you just go with it. You just do what you feel is right. I mean, like
You're
there's
evolving
no
too. You're
exactly.
evolving as a parent as they evolve as adults into
That's
adults.
right. Yeah, I'm sure we've got a couple of parents in the chat here like who can back me up on this one. That no one gives you an instruction booklet about how to deal with kids. You just make the best decision that you can and do what you feel is right, and then
Yeah,
just
I
learn
feel
as you
like a
go.
lot of the community has kids actually. Like
Yeah, I
a
mean,
good majority of people have kids, at least one kid, in the community.
so I just think like he knows that I haven't had a good night's sleep in 9 years.
You're staying. That's
Yep.
what Delilah said.
No,
Girl,
that's
you
what
better get some sleep.
no, that's what Hinano said.
Oh, and Anu, hey, for real, you need to
Mm.
get some sleep, dude.
No, he's like me, just like just keeps chugging coffee and just keeps going.
I'm guessing he has kids too
Mm.
then.
But yeah, but that is one thing I'm loving about the VV community is like there's just so many families. I mean, like a lot of people make like like use this experience like to get closer with like their families. Like I know like Hinano and Delilah use this experience to get closer to their child. I've read stories of other members of the community like basically they make like like a family time out of it. Like they spend time in the market, they research things, they go for drops together. So I reckon that's a really cool thing that Vivi sort of they go sleep and says I have 3 kids. Nice one.
Dang.
Yeah. So just in that sense as well, like it's giving like families like common ground and something to and like sort of something to do as a family, which I think is a really positive thing that Vivi sort of providing people.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, a
Mm.
lot of people I know that have kids, like when I went to decon, they were all excited to be there already too. They were like, "Oh yeah, Spider-Man and all this stuff," you know?
Mm.
So it's like as they grow up, they're obviously gonna like love VV because they grew up with it, just like how we grew up with these fandoms. Like
Yeah.
imagine as a kid if you already had VV like in your hand and you like grew up with it.
Mm.
Like you would be even more of a nerd, I feel like, because you just like have all these collectibles. Like you didn't have to worry about getting them ruined or anything. Like when
Yeah.
you're a child, sticky hands and boogers
Yeah.
and like whatnot. So I don't know. It's really cool. I like to see like the progression of NFTs and like digital
Mm.
collecting and just how it's going to evolve over time. It's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
well, that's one thing I like about like the digital collecting space as well is that like you don't have to worry about things breaking. You don't have to worry about like keeping it in mint condition because that's one thing that really stressed me out. Like I was trying to like keep all my comics like mint condition, or like transporting stuff. You worry about it getting broken, getting ripped. Like funny story, like I did a meetup in London last year, and I went to some of the comic book shops and I bought some comics back for my son.
Yeah.
And I said, look, like, this is what Daddy bought you from London. Like, it's like, your Spider-Man comic. Like, it's your first Spider-Man comic. And he wasn't into it at all. So he looked at it, played with it, and just sort of like, threw it to the side. My daughter, on the other hand, she got hold of it and she had a little look and then, oh yeah. And then sort of went to tear the front cover off.
Oh no.
Like, no.
Kids, see, yeah, that's how it goes.
I know. If you ever want to stress test something, give it to a child.
Oh yeah, for real. Oh my gosh. For us, like I come from a family of five children.
Oh wow.
Bless my parents. Yeah. And we had so many Disney movies, like the original like VHS tapes.
Oh wow, yeah, I had a couple of them
So
as well.
many of those originals, but like, and some of them are worth a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like you could sell them for a decent amount, but all of the covers of ours are like torn up and like ruined. And then you know what I mean? Like probably none of them would even like actually work because of like how much we like just didn't care about them, just treated them like movies, you know what I mean? So it's crazy because like, yeah, because something that you would never even think is valuable becomes valuable and like over time. And it's just like, who would have ever thought that just like a VHS movie, because you never thought, during that time that we would have everything on a TV. Like you don't even have to have a DVD or nothing. You don't have to have a DVD player, a VHS tape player, nothing. You just get on Netflix.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, like kids today wouldn't know the stresses like a VHS or cassette tapes or something like that. I mean, like some people today, like like you see memes like on Twitter and that saying if you can associate a cassette tape and a pencil, so you know what I'm talking about.
Right. Well, Delilah, you posted that thing with Ghost Spider. Is that a freaking fax machine? What the frick was that? I hope she's still here so she could tell me.
Yeah.
What is the VHS? Oh, I hope that she's not for real. You're the one that has the dinosaur freaking fax machine. You know what a VHS is.
Oh god. Fax machines, VHS. Yeah. So kids today wouldn't know the struggles of stuff like that.
I know. They wouldn't even know. Or even just a cassette tape, like having to rewind it. And like when it gets all loose and you're like have to fix it and tighten it all up. Oh yeah, dude.
Yeah. Or
the struggle is real.
Or like this is one that I actually miss is the joys of going into your local video shop and just running down the aisles of all different cassette tapes. Because that, like growing up, that was one of my big joys of my week was like when we used to go like to our local video shop and I used to run around all the aisles and see all the different movies, and you go like to like new releases aisle and you go, oh wow, they got all this new stuff, like so I take it home, I watch it, then like you have to rewind the whole cassette tape once it's to the end because like that was the correct etiquette at the time.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, you do notice like some things like that are starting to make a comeback, like some of the old like vintage like what's what I'm looking for, like record players and stuff like that, like things like from the past are sort of trying to make a small like resurgence.
Oh yeah, like Polaroids. Polaroids are huge. I feel like everybody wants a Polaroid now. I think they're pretty cool. I have a Polaroid, I'm not gonna lie. But
yeah, I like Polaroids.
Yeah, they're cool. They're cool. What else is another thing that I was just whatever. I lost it, but
I'm sure we'll come back in a minute.
Right. I don't know. It's just crazy how much time just goes changes in such a little bit of time. Can you like think about, and just in 10 years, like how much things have changed?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, I mean, like, I kind of think about like now, like some of the stuff I used to play with when I was younger and where it is now. Like I remember like my first computer, for example, was an old like one of the early Macs, like the real like massive bricks.
Oh yeah.
It was all like MS DOS, black and white. the only game you can sort of play on it was like oh, God, what was it? It was kind of like a King Kong type game where it was like basically kind of like a really, really basic old school arcade version of Angry Birds.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
But like just seeing like how the technology's come from where it is there to where it is now. I mean, like wow. I mean, like leaps and bounds. I mean, like
Right.
I remember the days when I got my first like Nintendo. Like at the time I was just like mind blowing. It's like playing like the first game I ever got was the Super Mario and Duck Hunt bundle with the gun.
Yep, me too. Yes, let's go.
Yeah. And yeah, we used to just play that thing just for hours. I mean, but well, just that sense, like just like that cool, like oh my god, look, it has like 2 buttons and a direction stick, and then like
Yeah.
then eventually moved my way up to like things like Double Dragon, or like Super Mario 3 and all those like really really sort of fun games, and just seeing
Yeah.
that like that progression as well. I mean, like right now, like where are we up to PS5 and
Oh my gosh, and the graphics alone. Tell me
yeah,
not. Oh my goodness. What? I
yeah.
feel like I can't even go back and like play like game on the 64 even if like I wanted to for like nostalgia purposes just because
Mm.
like the graphics are so bad. It's like I can't look at this anymore.
Yeah. I know I'm the same. So what was your go-to 64 game then?
Oh, Mario Kart all day.
Oh, nice. Mine was GoldenEye.
GoldenEye?
Yeah.
That's the 007, right?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, 007
Okay.
GoldenEye. Yeah, that was like
Okay.
the early days of like multiplayer, like playing where you had like the 4 split screen,
Oh yeah.
and you're trying to play competitive with 4 of your mates, but you're dealing with this tiny little box and you can barely see anything.
And everybody's screen peeking anyways.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, my brothers both loved to play that one too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love.
Nintendo's always my favorite.
So I was just looking at some of the comments, like yeah, like Poppy Duck Hunt, yeah, Duck
That
Hunt. I
kind.
mean, there is nothing more frustrating than when you're shooting the ducks and you miss, and then that dog pops up going.
I know, laughing at you, straight
I know.
laughing at you.
I'm just like, screw you, dog. Screw.
Yeah, stupid dog, I'll shoot you.
Yeah. And we've got Double Quill with Zork. Yeah, I do remember the days of Zork. That was another pretty intense game at the time.
You know what I love to play too? What is it called? I always say the wrong one because there was 2 versions, but like
Okay.
Galactica, right? Where you just like went back and forth and like shot the like little alien like ships that are coming down at you.
Okay. Well,
You know what I'm talking about?
yeah, I know the one, but I think it's more like Space Invaders. Like where
No,
or is it
not
something
Space
different?
Invaders. Space Invaders was maybe the other version of it. I don't know.
Okay.
Like I said, there was like 2 versions. Like one was
Yeah.
like little fly dudes. That's the
Galaga.
Space Invaders. Space Invaders are like, right? Is the little
Hmm.
alien guys?
Yeah, the
I
little
don't
guys
know.
go boop boop boop, and like shooting like the bomb going pew 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 pew.
Yeah. Either way, either one. That was like one of my favorite games.
Hmm.
I loved playing that for like the
But
longest time.
I'm just looking at some of the comments here about favorite games. I see Galaga. Yep. I do remember.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Like,
Thank you guys.
funny enough, the only
Everybody said it. Apparently,
yeah,
I'm the only one that doesn't know the name of my favorite game.
and also where else to go? Yeah, South Park for Nintendo 64. That was another real fun one as well. Especially like trying to mow down turkeys. That was always entertaining. There's conflict
I
play.
spent way too much money in the arcade. Oh
Oh,
yeah.
mate, same. Yeah, I was the same. Like, no, I just lose myself on things like Street Fighter or Daytona USA.
I back in the day when I liked to go to the arcade, I would love to play Mortal Kombat.
Oh, Mortal Kombat. Now that was my jam. I love especially Mortal Kombat 2.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2. Which one or did they come out with like is it 4 where they can like where like the graphics started coming in a
Yeah,
lot better
yeah.
and like
Before it
it's
came
not
into
as like I don't know,
yeah.
2D
No,
instead of 3D.
yeah, because I think Mortal Kombat 4 was when they first started like coming into like 3D rendering, and I think that was on Nintendo 64. I think. Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, I think so. That one was
Yeah,
really cool too. Just because of course, like I said, like the graphics were all cool and you're like, whoa, these guys
yeah.
look
You're
so
like, oh my
cool.
god. I was just watching Delilah like Mortal Kombat. It's like, yeah. Oh, we got
Yeah,
biggest bro as well.
exactly.
Biggest bros in the house. So good to see you, mate. Thanks for coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I used to love Mortal Kombat. Like, even like, from the games, and they came out with the movie in like, the early '90s.
Well, who is your character?
Who was my character? Oh, in the early days, like when like the original like Mortal Kombat, I'd have to probably go Johnny Cage.
Oh, what? Come on, Katana
Katana,
wins.
yeah, yeah. But then, like as things progressed, Jax became my main man. I like Jax.
Okay.
And
I
then
feel
of course,
that.
like, then of course you got the classics. Me, I was Sub-Zero.
Sub-Zero, yeah.
Like, everyone
That
loves
was my
Sub-Zero.
guy character. If I was gonna be the guy, I wanted to be Sub-Zero. If I was a girl, I was always Katana.
Yeah, nice. I used to always be like, I always had this really annoying move that when I was playing Mortal Kombat as Sub-Zero, I would like uppercut them, and then before they hit the ground, I'd freeze them, because then you can actually run in and then uppercut them again, and then you
Oh,
basically just keep doing this violent cycle until you win. My friends absolutely hated me for it.
I'm sure they were like, "What the freak? This is cheating."
Yeah, and I was just like, no, you can't do that. It's cheating. I was like, no, it's not.
That's what I would do in Mario with Kirby. I love playing Kirby on Smash Bros.
Oh,
And
nice.
I would just like uh, I would suck people up, pause, and I would just go run over off
Mm,
the earth, and I would just go spit them out, and then I would
yeah,
fly
it's like,
back, and I'm like, "Peace out! You can't fly, so you're dead." But now Nintendo does it. It's not a cheat anymore. Nintendo, I don't know, Kirby can't like spit people out. Like
boo.
yeah, I mean that's fair though. That was a cheat code.
Mm, yeah.
But
Well, just looking at some more of the comments here about games, I can see like Double Quill's come back with like RPG type games like Chrono Trigger, there's a Lufa, and Final Fantasy. Yeah, those are my games too. Like especially Chrono Trigger and Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy 2 was and 3 were my two favorite Final Fantasy games.
see, I don't think I've ever played Final Fantasy.
Oh,
I know.
are you into like, RPG role playing games at all?
I don't know. I guess
Well, I guess
maybe.
well, there you go. You don't
I
even
played like the
you don't even know.
Pokemon like games and
Mhm.
like Zelda and like I don't know, would you count like Spyro as one? I like Spyro.
Spyro's cool. I mean, like Spyro's like more like a platform game, like, your Crash Bandicoots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still fun too.
Um,
Yeah, and I look it up, especially on PlayStation. Final Fantasy 7 was the big one back in the day. But I mean, right now they've gone all remastered and all like, all come out like, for the PS5 and a few other things now. So yeah, definitely check it out. But yeah, I'm all for Final Fantasy and Chrono Trigger, and Secret of Mana was another one of my favorite Super Nintendo titles back in the day.
okay.
Hmm.
Dude, you guys are super gamers.
Yeah, I mean, like, I'm nowhere near up to like, the standards, like, of like, some of the kids today. Like, no, you tell me about Fortnite or any like, these newer ones. Like, I'm probably going to get a little bit lost. But like back in the day, I used to be a big gamer. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, life, like, I just don't have the time to commit to anything like that anymore. But I'm hoping when my kids get a bit older, maybe we can like, splurge out and maybe
Mm.
get a Nintendo Switch or something and do something as a family.
Yeah, and game out.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
But,
That'll be
mm.
fun.
But on the
Does
subject
your
of
wife
gaming,
like to game out at all with you?
not really. I mean, my
No.
wife really sort of isn't into the whole like sort of space.
Okay.
So yeah, I have to sort of like keep my nerdiness just like kind of like like a little bubble, I guess you could say. Like, she doesn't like me displaying stuff around the house because she thinks it looks tacky, and it's just not
Hmm.
really her stuff. So that's one of the things why I like BD as well, because I can keep all my collection like, contained on like my phone, and I can
Yeah.
enjoy like reading my comic books on my tablet and stuff like that, and I can sort of keep it away from all that.
That's wait, and she's probably happy that you found the community because now instead of you having to like be all like nerdy with her, she's like,
Mm.
yes, he's gonna go talk to them about that nerdy stuff instead of me.
Yeah. Well, well, funny enough, that was actually one of the whole reasons why I sort of got into the community, and sort of like one of the reasons behind creating the Web.V Collective to start with is because I didn't have an outlet for things like this, and it was like kind of difficult to sort of talk to people outside of the space about whether it be like, digital collecting, crypto, that sort of like, digital side of things. And then like,
Definitely.
I decided to branch out one day to a member of the community I've seen like, posting all around Twitter. Just had a collection about something I was looking to sort of either offload or pick up in the market, and And from that, it sort of sprouted into this beautiful friendship and the creation of the Web V Collective. And that guy was Hinanu.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you guys just all started connecting through Twitter first, or like
Yeah,
kind of?
it was basically Twitter. Twitter was like the number one platform that we all sort of connected through. So again, like, you know, I basically created my Twitter account and created my name, zmanKollects 63, which is not my real name. So my real name is actually Alex.
Oh, okay. Is it
But
okay if we call you Alex?
you can call me Alex. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, okay.
I ain't got no problem with it. But
I could
I think,
definitely remember Alex. That's easy to remember.
yeah, Alex, Osman. So a lot of people call me that, like, especially like, you know, on the spaces now. I'm quite happy to go by any of those names. But the name zmanKollects 63 actually came from basically a play on words, because the Osman part comes because I'm originally from Western Australia and I'm Australian.
Love it.
Collects because I like to collect things. But the 63 part, now the 63 part was originally supposed to be 6330, and 6330 is the postcode of my hometown of Albany, Western Australia. But Twitter wouldn't let me put the last 2 digits in, so it just stayed at 63, which I thought was quite happy with, because it gives me kind of like a unique number on the end of my name in case someone tries to copy me or do something like that.
Wait, but like, why? I wonder why they wait. Can you not put 4 numbers on the end of your name for Twitter?
I think it's just because I ran out to. I think you can only put X amount of
Oh, because
characters
it's
in
just
your
so
name. So
long.
I ran out of characters.
They were like, no more. You have
Yeah,
to
I was like, well, I want to keep the Osman part, and I want to keep the collects part. So the 63, yeah, it's like Osman 63 is like, I actually like the sound of that, so that can
Yeah.
stay.
I'm like, he must be born in 63. I'm gonna be like talking to that old man right now.
Funny enough, some people actually thought that was the case. So at 63 says, oh, you're actually a lot younger than I thought you were. I was like, what do you mean? It's like, I thought you were like 63, like an old guy. It's like, no. No,
Yeah.
I still got a few years left in me yet.
Just a few.
Mm.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Well,
I don't know. Some days I feel super old. I'm
yeah.
not gonna lie.
Well, me personally, I'm an 86 baby, so I'll let everybody do the math on that one.
86. I'm 96. Let's go. 10 years apart.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
So I'm not too far in front of you then.
Yeah, not too bad, too bad. I feel like most of the people that I talk to, like in the space though, are definitely 30 or 40. Like, I don't think anybody talk that like is around my age, like 26. I'm 26. I'm not gonna make you guys do the math. I'm 26 years old, so I don't know. Like, yeah, I feel like there's a couple other like 20 people in their 20s that I've ran into, but I don't feel most of the space is 30 and older. I mean
Yeah.
that I've talked to. I don't know about you.
Yeah, me same. Like I've sort of noticed that as well. Like it's in that sort of like, you know, mid age to like later age sort of bracket. You very rarely like see like any like sort of like younger generation, like maybe like your early 20s. I don't really see like many of them. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's like whether just because either we're at that stage where people aren't really aware of it or don't really care about it, or obviously they're off doing young 20s things as you do.
Exactly. Spending their money on other things. Yeah. I don't know if I found this when I was 21, I don't think I would be spending as much money on this.
So in your opinion, how would, like, you know, would VV get like new users in? Like, you know, what do you reckon would draw, like, you know, the younger crowd in?
Oh man, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I just feel like you're a collector because like you're a nerd of something, right?
Yeah.
So like for me, like I love Gwen Stacy or Spider-Gwen.
Yeah.
So I just started collecting a whole bunch of her stuff, from collectibles to comics, and you know, I'll have even like stuffed animals like of her, like stuffed toys and stuff, you know. So it just like really comes down to bringing in something that you love or grew up with and have like that nostalgic piece to it, you know, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, sports, I think that when we get sports will be a huge thing because that'll tie into like a lot of different people Um, so sports will be huge. Music, when they say that they're going to have music
Yeah, music is a
inspired
big one.
NFTs, I think that helps too, because a lot of people connect through music and like can share a lot of music and stuff like that, or
Mm,
like connect on music. So I don't
yeah.
know. I just really think it's about bringing in something that they grew up with and are passionate about, really.
Mm,
And a lot of us grew up like loving a sport or something. So
mm,
I think that sports will definitely help bring more users in for sure.
mm,
And then just them keeping up with the times and just getting IPs that are going to really connect with like the younger
mm,
generation as they grow to be our age and like want to
yeah.
collect this stuff. Yeah.
Mm. So do you have a favorite band, favorite music that you're into? What sort of music you're into?
Ooh. Well, trying to give a favorite is way hard, so I'm not gonna do that. But
Well,
yeah, I just love
what
all
sort of music?
music. I love all kind of genres. I would say that country is like my least favorite. No offense, country people.
Oh yeah.
But I love me some jazz or like soul music, but I
Oh,
also
nice.
love like I don't know, rock and R&B. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all over the place. I love all genres. Like if
Do
it has a good beat or good lyrics, like I love it.
yeah.
So
You got a, like a favorite artist or anything like that?
oh, um, I don't know. I've been listening to like Dirty Heads a bunch lately. They've just been like a vibe. So I guess we could
Okay.
say like Dirty Heads right now have been a
Dirty
vibe
Heads.
for me.
I'm
Yeah.
I'm I'm not familiar with Dirty Heads.
Really?
No, no, never heard of them.
Ooh, I wish I can't play because of copyright or whatever, but you'll have to check out Dirty Heads sometime.
Yeah, I'll write
They
that
have
down.
pretty good music. It's like I don't know. Sublime vibe-ish, I
Okay.
guess, maybe. I don't know. Do you know Sublime?
Sublime. I don't. I mean, I probably know it if I heard it, but probably not like if you say like Sublime, I'm like, nah.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, what do you listen to?
Me personally, I'm a good one like for the classics. I do enjoy a bit of rock, heavy metal. Um,
Okay.
my my favorite band is Disturbed. If you're familiar with them.
Probably. Like you said, maybe I'd have to hear a song, but
Mm. Well,
I feel like I know.
one of their more popular songs is "Down with the Sickness."
Okay,
So
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
mm,
I was
and
like, they sound familiar.
yeah, if basically if you ever watched Zack Snyder's Dawn of the Dead,
hmm
the remake of that, basically their song was like the one playing at the very end credits.
Okay, okay. Yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I love classic rock. So that kind of goes into classic
Hmm.
rock, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I'm also a fan like like my old school like rocks like your AC/DC and Metallica's, even like
Yeah,
some
I
like
love
more
Metallica for a long time. They were like a band I would listen to for a long, long time.
oh,
I
Metallica's
could
gold. Yeah, I mean, like you just can't go wrong with Metallica.
right. What about your metal bands? I'm not super like well versed on like the metal. Some of it's a little too heavy for me, in my
No, I mean,
opinion.
like,
But who's your favorite metal
yeah,
person?
I mean, I'm not like sort of like like too much into metal. I know I do like like I like sort of music that's got like like a heavy like sort of beat like sort of guitar riff to it or something like that, but not like that kind of like yelling like
So you
like
don't like Corn?
I do like Corn, but in select songs.
Select songs, yes.
Yeah,
Okay. I
like I
could
do
I
like
I could agree with that.
yeah like Corn. I've actually seen Corn live, and they're like really
Oh,
good
really?
live. Yeah, um, but I
That's
mean like
epic.
some of their music like I like Coming Undone, Thoughtlessness. Like that's another really good one as well. I'm sure like if I play some of their music, you recognize it, but again, we probably get slapped with copyright. But yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
I
like,
was
but
reading some of
on
the.
yeah, but on the flip side of that, like I do like some chill out music as well. Like I do like the good old like Bob Marley's, a bit of
Okay.
Jack Johnson as well.
Ooh, Jack Johnson.
Yeah,
That's okay.
Jack Johnson was a big one back when I was in Australia. Like he's very popular in Australia, and some local artists as well. I know just like some local Australian artists.
Ooh, I know. That's one thing I love about the one of the spaces I hang out with. We
Yeah.
always paddle at the bus stop. It's usually hosted by Jay East, but he's been out because his ribs are hurting, or he has bruised ribs. Can you
No
imagine
way.
having your? Yeah, I couldn't hang out with you guys if I had bruised ribs because you guys would make me laugh too much. I would like be like in so much pain trying to hang out with
Mm,
you guys. So we miss him, but yeah, we always that space is usually a daily space on Twitter,
okay.
and we all just share music and like give each other recommendations, and I love it because half of the people that join the space are Dutch or like in the Dutch community, and so
Okay.
like you just get like all kinds of different music from like all over, and it's so fun.
Mm. Yeah, I mean, what's it called? The bus stop.
The bus stop, yeah,
Okay.
that's what we title the space
Mm.
usually, but
Good.
it gets very degen in there and very
Okay.
crazy. So fair
Mm.
warning,
Yeah, no,
everybody,
I mean,
anyone that hasn't been.
I am trying to make a habit of like trying to jump into more spaces just to get an idea of like how to sort of improve the quality of like my own space, like for Web V Wednesdays, just kind of
Yeah.
like getting like different ideas about like what people do, what people say, and just things that I can like possibly like incorporate into my own space. Because I'm always trying to think like how to make it like a more enjoyable experience for everybody. And right now,
Yeah.
it's just, and right now, yeah, it's just like baby steps, like like just sort of like trying little bits here and there, and yeah, and just trying to make it something that everyone like wants to basically just keep coming back to.
Yeah, for sure. Well, and then like connecting, right? All about connecting. Like
That's right.
if you're shouting out, "Hey, on Friday, like at the bus stop, we're going to be having a rap battle."
Mm,
And you're helping like keep the community up to date with like other community stuff, then people will also do the same for you too. Like,
mm.
"Hey, Osman is going to be on, Web V Wednesday, so make sure to, so it's like all goes around."
Yeah,
So,
yeah, for sure. Well, I mean, like we've basically got something like that going already. Like whenever we post a Twitter space, we've got like all the members of the WebV collective like posting things on Twitter saying like tune in, check it out, and like
why are you doing this, Nas? Okay, sorry. There,
I
he
know
needs to
I'm reading it
stop.
here. So,
He's
so
lying.
you're so
He's
you're a
wearing a
rapper?
sombrero. No.
So no, you rap?
I don't know. I used to think I was a rapper.
Well, I
I
mean,
was
like if everyone's seen like VV Investments facts about your community videos, if you haven't, I highly encourage you to check them out. But he did do one with me, and if you watch that video, then you do know I enjoy a little bit of karaoke from time to time. So
oh,
I, I have been I have been known to bust out a tune or two. So stay tuned for that. Maybe we'll do like something in spaces. We'll do like a karaoke session or something.
yeah, we can do a
So
karaoke session. You
yeah,
guys with all your mics, we can have
yeah,
an
I'm just
open
saying
mic night.
all these mics.
I know. Hey, yeah, Osman, let's do that sometime on your
Rap on Web Wednesdays.
Web Wednesday. We can
All
have
right, all right,
a open mic or something.
yeah. Open mic night. I like it. I was going to do a karaoke stream. Yes, yes, we do.
Okay.
We can do a group karaoke night. That'd be excellent.
Look at what we did to the chat. Just wants
Yeah,
us to come perform
can we
for
get
them now.
yeah do a karaoke stream? Yeah, I'm loving it.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but what?
Do you have
But
some vocals? Are you good at singing?
well, I thought I was good. No, I mean like this. This is back in the days where like I used to drink too much and like just like bust out a tune. But now I just bust out a tune and quit drink. But I actually quit drinking a while ago, so I don't drink anymore. But I'm still quite happy to bust out a tune or not. Actually, I think in one of our episodes, I was asked to do my best Kylie Minogue song. So I did try have a go at that.
Ooh.
But actually, I tell you what, maybe we can do like just like a small snippet, maybe of what someone could like of what they can expect. So
Yeah.
if you were going to do a song, what song would you sing?
Would I sing?
Hmm.
Oh shoot. I don't know. Cause if I have to sing karaoke, I never go for something like good. Cause I always get stage fright and then I like do horrible. So I always just try to do something that's like fun, like Disney or
Hmm.
something.
Oh yeah,
So I don't overthink it and I just have fun and I'm just like, it doesn't matter if I sound bad because I'm having fun.
that's it. It's all about
Um,
having fun.
so probably a Disney song of some sort.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure if I'm gonna get roasted for this or not, but my growing up, because I grew up in the 90s, and for me, the my my greatest, and also, and this is kind of like a dirty, like naughty passion of mine, is that my favorite band growing up was actually Backstreet Boys.
Okay, yes, I love that.
So yeah,
Backstreet
so
back. All right.
so yeah, so I grew up in the days of Backstreet Boys and Spice Girls, and to me, those are the two greatest bands, like boy band, girl band of all time.
Oh, I could definitely agree. They're definitely up there. Let's go. Oh my gosh, you guys still with the
look
mics.
at the shock. Look at the shock we've got going here.
I
But
know.
you
They're,
know,
the mic's for you now, Osman.
yeah,
They're telling you to
be
sing
like,
sing your
what?
heart
Like,
out.
Spice Girls, Backstreet Boys? Like, yes, yes. I'm sorry to say this. I am a fan of Backstreet Boys. I do like
So
Backstreet's Back. I do like, As Long As You Love Me. Yep. I actually can bust out a pretty good tell me
Oh,
tell me why, yeah. Tell me why.
ain't nothing but a
Um
heartache.
I can go nuts for that song, especially on Backstreet's Back.
There, I just sang for you guys, okay?
There you go.
Now it's Osman's turn.
Now it's my turn. It's like putting this one. I'm just trying to remember all the words in the back of my head now.
I know, right? Get it put on the spot.
All right, tell you what. Here's a little something just for everyone viewing right now. So you'll probably see this back on the playback, maybe on YouTube land, but I'll bust out something for you right now, just for everyone now. Okay, but don't tell. It's only just for you. Let's do. I'll do a few seconds of "As Long As You Love Me" from Backstreet Boys.
Oh yes. Okay.
If I try to remember how it goes now. All the loneliness has always been a friend of mine. I'm leaving my life in your hands. There, that's it.
Hey, good job. That was good.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it. Wow. He sings with the soul, you guys.
That's it.
That's
But
it.
don't ask me to do anything like any more professional than that, because that is just me.
That's just me.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun. Okay, so now all y'all are gonna have to join the live open mic and make a fool out of yourselves too.
That's
Just
it.
let
Yeah.
you know.
We'll have an open mic night. It'll be hilarious. It'll be fun.
It would
So
be so fun.
yeah, we'll try and do a live stream as well. Wouldn't that be great?
A live stream like all together like this.
Yeah, maybe we can do that. I mean, like obviously, like because we do have our YouTube channel, the V Collective. But I don't think we're up to streaming just yet, but we are getting there.
Yeah. I mean, let me know if I have time. I'll definitely come in.
Yeah.
Sing a
Oh,
couple
for sure.
songs or something.
Excellent.
Oh man.
That's it.
How did this turn into a karaoke night?
That's just what can happen in these some these live streams. Anything can happen. It's the same thing,
I
like
know.
it's the same thing on Web V Wednesdays. We start talking about one topic, then all of a sudden it just spins off into something else. But that's the joy of like doing these sort of things, that you never have like it's always different.
Oh look. Now you have encore, encore, encore.
No request. Was it Spice Girls?
Yeah.
Spice Girls. Oh, I'll tell you what I want. What I really, really want. I like Poppies here. Like I like Poppies. We've gone from Disturbed to Backstreet Boys.
I know, right?
I can do Disturbed too.
See, but hey, that means that you are have a pretty open genre to music then too, like a taste for music too.
Yeah, I do. I'm quite open to all music. Like, as long as it's something that I can as long as it's something like I can listen to, or like I said, as long as it's not like 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 that sort of music, I don't mind it one bit. Whether it be like something like heavy metal, something old school, chill out. I mean,
dude, I even listen to like Japanese chill music, like house Japanese music.
All right.
I think it's chill. I don't even know what they're saying, and hopefully it's nothing too crazy, but it's just got a good beat, you know?
So I'm just looking at some of the comments, like, we've got Pantera, Guar. I've actually seen Guar live. They're actually really, really fun.
What's Guar? What's that?
I think they're a foreign band. I mean, I saw them once at a because in back in Australia that we had a music festival called Big Day Out, and
Okay.
and some of the big names there were Green Day, Rob
Okay.
Zombie, Avenged Sevenfold was there as well.
Okay, I know
Um,
all those.
yeah, Avenged Sevenfold's another one I only just picked up recently. That they're another really good band.
Yeah.
Who was there? There was Rob Zombie. There was Alice in Chains. There's there was Richie Sambora. He was really cool. He was actually the guitarist for Bon Jovi.
Oh, okay. That's awesome. That's
Yeah, that was
awesome.
really cool.
You've seen all these people live?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh,
This is
that's
a music
epic.
festival, right? Funny enough, like, we've actually got a music festival coming up here in England called Download, and there's some big names coming to that too, which I'm sort of umming and ahhing whether to go. But one of them is actually Disturbed. But it's they've got Parkway Drive, Metallica, and Slipknot. I think are the headliners.
Okay. That sounds super fun. So is
Yeah.
that like one of your favorite hobbies, like outside of EVs, to like go to concerts and like live music, or?
Not so much like live music. Like, I try and sometimes I go like to live music, like if it's like something like I want to see, or I occasionally go there. But outside of EV, I'm more of a film and cinema guy. So, but for me, like,
Okay.
I just love going like to the cinemas, just sitting down, watch a movie, big bucket of popcorn.
Yeah.
Just that cinema experience for me is like what is like the highlight of my week. Like, I'm actually hoping, it's probably not going to happen, but I'm hoping to go see the new Evil Dead movie that's just hit cinemas.
Oh, okay.
Because I've oh, I'm sorry, am I keeping you up? I
No,
thought that
you're
was the
okay. You're
one.
okay. No, you're okay. You're good. You're good. I know.
No,
No, you're seriously fine.
that's all
It's
right.
only 9:30 for me.
I
That's
know.
fine.
That's like, this is like stupid o'clock for me. I'm supposed to be the tired one. But
It's
that's
okay.
good.
It's okay.
But yeah,
We're
no, I'm
having
kidding.
fun.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But yeah, no, I'm hoping to go see the new Evil Dead movie that's just hit cinemas, because I am a bit of a film cinema buff, and I do enjoy a good horror movie from time to time, even though they're really hard to find these days because they're just so predictable.
I feel like you guys get movies before us sometimes.
Yeah, I think we do. I mean, it depends. I mean, like, sometimes you guys get them before us, we get them before you. I think it just
Oh,
depends on the film, because I don't know what's going through the cinema system there at the moment. Because I know films we get here are different than films in Australia, films in
yeah.
America. They're just all over the place.
I know. It makes me wonder, like why?
Yeah, I mean, I'm guessing it's like comes down to like licensing rights, regions, or something like that. But
Yeah,
it
I
doesn't
guess
matter.
so.
So,
It
what
doesn't
about
matter.
you? Are you into film, cinema, or anything like that? Or
Well, of course, I keep up with like the MCU and like all the Marvel movies.
okay.
The reason why I like singing so much, and like I always joke around and say like my dream job is to be a voice actor. It's not really a joke. Like I would totally take it on if somebody offered it.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, it's because I grew up with like all the Disney movies, and like most Disney movies are musicals.
Mm, yeah.
So, I mean, I've been singing since I was like in Pampers, you know what I mean? Like,
So, what is your favorite Disney movie then? Do you have a favorite?
oh my gosh, that's the hardest question in the world.
It's like choosing your favorite child, isn't it?
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, I feel like it's easier to pick I feel like it's easier to pick a favorite child,
Hmm.
but maybe maybe not. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like give Peter Pan up there for
Okay.
sure, because like that was one of the ones that I had in my VCR for like at least
Hmm.
3 months, if not more, and then like just like constantly like playing it like every single night going to bed. So Peter Pan has to be one of them.
Yep.
Um, and then I guess like I have to give it a princess movie, and I still like
Mhm.
Snow White the most out of the princess movies,
Okay.
or Sleeping Beauty. Um, and then the I was gonna give a new one, but all the new ones are like super good too, so it's hard to
Hmm.
even give you a newer one.
That's right. Well, I can give you a new one because, like, basically, I have Disney Plus and Netflix playing in my house non-stop. So
Mhm.
I basically put like, Disney Plus up there with like utility bills now, like my gas, electrics, and then there's Disney Plus. Just because my kids just love it non-stop. Like, I've had like, Encanto, Moana, um, and a few other ones just playing in my house nonstop. So I've got like Frozen, Encanto,
Yeah.
like the amount of times I've heard when I talk about Bruno is just like just gets
We
irritating.
don't talk about Bruno.
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno.
And you're just like, yeah, so can we seriously not talk about him? No.
Yeah, it is funny though because it seems like Bruno, like the word Bruno, is like a nasty word or something in Disneyland because I've seen like we don't talk about Bruno in Encanto. There's another one called Luca, where basically they call like if you've got like doubts in your mind, it's called having a Bruno in your head. I was just like, what's going on here? It's
Oh,
like
I never even tied those two together.
yeah, I was just like
Oh,
I was just like, what is like Bruno like a dirty word in like Disneyland or something? It's like what's going on with Bruno?
I know, that's so funny. Did you know that like there is like theory and like nerdism, fandism,
Mhm.
or whatever that like Disney World, like there is like a Disney World, like all the
Mm.
movies and like timelines do connect.
Yeah,
Oh, I
yeah,
love talking
yeah.
about that.
Yeah, I have seen those theories as well. Like you've got like
Well,
certain
they're
like
true.
yeah, well apparently they are true because like you've got that. Is it the one number that keeps popping up in all the Pixar movies? I can't remember what it is though, but I bet you VV Magic or someone could tell me.
13.
13, that's the one.
Yep.
Yeah, that basically connects them all, and then like you see like other characters from other franchises like intersect
And
as
the
well.
other
Like,
movies,
that's
yeah,
right.
you'll see them. And like so like since you mentioned Frozen, like one of the things that I thought was super crazy, because if you
Hmm.
actually look at the world map and like where it could have happened, like
Hmm.
this this is like history,
Yeah.
Disney
So
history. Um,
I'm just looking at some of the comments here saying like Double Quill saying Tarzan is actually Elsa's brother. I have read that fan
I
theory,
read
and
that too,
yeah, and
but
it makes sense. It makes sense.
it does, it does. That's, I mean, look, you guys. If you look at the world map, the where their boat crashes
Mm.
and it's like where it would have crashed and like sunk, the freaking you know, in The Little Mermaid, I don't know if you've seen that movie,
Yeah, yeah.
but how
Oh,
she's like getting chased by the shark and she's in that like broken boat,
what
and at first,
is that the
that's
theory?
their boat.
No way. I didn't hear
Yeah,
about
that's
that
what
one.
they say. I don't know. There was like a whole, oh man, I'm gonna have to, I don't even know where I seen that. There's like a
Mhm.
whole map. Like you can literally look at it. It's like the map, and then it has like characters and like their timeline, and then
Yeah.
you can like kind of just follow through and like see like which ones like lived at the same time and like
No
all
way.
that. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
I mean, I'm gonna go back and like rewatch some of these now because like that one
I
about
know.
the ship, I didn't even think about that one. Like I knew about the like the brother because like it makes sense. Like they get lost at sea. Like there was a theory that like the mother was pregnant at the time. Then that's where Tarzan came from.
Yeah.
It's George. So
Tangled, or Rapunzel when she has her hair cut short, like brown,
mhm.
like her
Ah,
brown
yeah,
hair or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
She's in the beginning of Frozen.
yeah, yeah. I
She
saw that
went to
one.
the, yeah.
So I was just looking at some
Um,
of the comments here. So Phil Collins. Yeah, I do enjoy a bit of Phil Collins as well in Genesis. So I do
ooh.
like
And then you like
in the
scary
air
movies.
tonight.
I feel like you and Falcon would really hit it off. Have you guys like talked or like ever chatted before?
Not personally, we haven't. No, I mean, like I've
Oh
liked a couple of his
man.
posts. I had like some small conversations, like via Twitter. But yeah, because I know Falcon's based in London, so like next time in London, I'd definitely love to meet up with him, like and get
That's
a
what I'm saying. You guys
yeah,
would like be the bestest of friends, you would think.
yeah. I mean, chances are we probably passed each other at London Decon and didn't even know it.
Yeah, maybe. I think he was there for sure too. So dang, that's
Mm,
crazy. Yeah.
but
So you
yeah,
like scary movies, you like rock, and what? So do
in the air tonight. So,
you like
uh,
Disney movies too, or do you just bear
yeah,
with them to watch like with your kids?
no, I like Disney movies. I mean, I grew up
Yeah.
like, and for me, my personal favorite is The Lion King
Okay.
because like you can't like get past like just the music quality like and I actually seen The Lion King uh on stage a couple months ago because they played it here in Bristol, and that
Oh,
was
nice.
just amazing seeing it like in live action like all the. Have you ever seen The Lion King live?
No, I want to.
Oh, I would definitely recommend it if you get the chance. Definitely do it because it is an amazing show.
Oh, that's
So
awesome. Which song did you sing from Lion King though?
The Lion King. I always liked, of course, the Hakuna Matata. So you can't go
Yeah,
wrong with that. It's
right.
like Hakuna Matata.
Yeah.
But I used to always like be a big fan of Rafiki, like the baboon.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Rafiki's my favorite. That's who
yeah.
I want to see on the Disney app. Or I
I,
mean
I
on the Disney app.
I remember when because I'm showing my age now because I remember when I first saw The Lion King in cinemas when it first came out, and like that the end part where like Rafiki goes like full on like Bruce Lee and just like mows down all the hyenas. Like
Yeah.
when I used to laugh my ass off at that part because it was just like so funny. Like Wah!
Yeah, exactly. He's so funny. I like the part where he's just like beating Simba on the head. He's like, "Are you stupid?"
Yeah,
Pretty much. I mean, those aren't his words,
yeah,
but
same. Yeah, smacks me over the head and he goes, "Ow, what'd you do that for? Because that hurt." He goes, "Yes, yes, the past can hurt, but we must learn from it." So,
exactly.
like this
Like,
crazy old
spit
monkey,
that
really.
knowledge, man.
Yeah, it's like laying down like that alpha knowledge. Like he seems like a crazy old monkey, a crazy old monkey with sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I'm just looking at some of the comments, like saying in the air tonight still hits to this day. Yes, yes, it does. Like you can't go wrong with In the Air Tonight. It's a popular Phil Collins song, especially if you've seen the video clip for it with the ape that plays the drums.
Wait, what? I
So,
don't know.
you know the song?
I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe I do.
Oh no, yeah, it must be In the Air Tonight. It goes, I can feel it coming in the
Oh,
air tonight.
it's night.
Hold
Hold
on. That's the
on.
one, yeah.
Okay.
And then got like that bit at the end, like, yeah.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah.
it's like one of the best
Of course I've
build-ups.
heard
Like,
it.
yeah, it's like one of the best build-up songs like you'll ever have. It just like that nice little climb and then just boom drops it.
Yep. That's awesome. That's
Mm.
awesome.
But again, another favorite Disney movie. Like got Lion King. I like basically like all the classics. Like Lion King. I grew up with Little Mermaid, Lion King. What else was there?
Oh, do you have
Like
sisters?
no, I don't. I have two brothers.
And then you guys, your parents still had you watch The Little Mermaid?
Yeah, yeah, we had like
See?
what?
Austin? Okay, no. I always try to tell Austin, and he's
Okay.
like, "Why would I have watched The Little Mermaid? I'm an only child. I didn't have sisters." I'm like, "You don't have to have sisters to watch The Little Mermaid."
No,
Thank
but
you for being proof. Okay,
that's all
that's one proof, babe. uh,
yeah.
sorry.
So I'm just looking through the comments.
You're proving points for me. Thank you.
No worries. But I mean, like,
Appreciate it,
I've
Alex.
always been a big fan, like like the earlier stuff, like the hand drawn stuff, because like the stuff it just takes like forever to do anything with. It wasn't until I think it was the last one they did was the Princess and the Frog. It wasn't then everything after that basically became digital.
Yeah. Oh wait, what? Say that again? Oh, hold
Hmm.
on. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
I think you just like blew my brain.
Yeah. So basically, like they've got like the old school stuff, like hand drawn stuff, like your Lion Kings, your Little Mermaids, etc. And then
Mhm.
they had the last Disney princess drawn in that style. And obviously, if I'm wrong here, please correct me if anyone knows any better. But there was the Princess and the Frog, which is the one set in Louisiana.
Yeah, that was the last one.
That was the last one I did. I mean, like hand drawn, and then the
Yeah,
rest sort of became animated after that.
really.
Well, I think that's correct because
Oh.
I think then after that, then you started getting your Rapunzels, then your
Mhm.
Moanas, and all that sort of like digital style because I think it was just easier and quicker to do.
Dang, I guess you're so right. Like,
Mm.
whoa, whoa. You're
Yeah,
so right.
but then the
Like,
same. I think.
I'm just like thinking of it because, like, you're right, the style just like changed,
Mm.
but it wasn't like super dramatic, you know?
No, it was
So
just
I never was just like, oh, they changed their whole style. I don't know. That's so
mm.
crazy.
Yeah, look it up.
They've had it for a while then. That's been like,
Yeah, because
dang.
what's come since then? We've had like Rapunzel, we've had the Frozen, then because there's probably a whole heap of other ones I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah,
Yeah.
then they just sort of started sticking to that style.
Whoa, everybody else is like, wow.
Yeah, there's all the
Not
comments
just
now like,
us.
no way, Double Quill, I think you're right. Everyone's mind blown. Yeah, look it up.
Ah. Yeah, look
One
it
of
up.
the-
Yeah, he's like fact check me though, for real, you guys.
That's it. Yeah, like I said, like anything I say, like don't just take it as a grain of salt. I could very well be wrong.
That's fun. That's fine.
But
I
yeah.
think you're right. I think you're 100% right that that was the
Mm.
last one. Dang, that kind of makes Tiana pretty significant. I
Mm.
wonder when we're gonna get her on the app. I want Tinkerbell.
Yeah, well, it's coming. Yeah, well, I mean, like, what have we had lately? We've had like we've had Encanto, Moana. We've just had Big Hero 6. So
Yeah.
that's another one of my son's favorite shows.
Oh, did you go
Um,
for the drop then for him?
I didn't go for the drop. No.
No.
I mean, I sort of only really go for drops now if they're like something like significant or if it's
Yeah.
something I really want. I mean, the only one that I was very very tempted to go for was the Alien posters.
Oh yeah. Did you not go for it?
No, I didn't because I knew in the back of my mind that they'd go below retail, and
Mm-hmm.
also because I run out of money. I literally just got paid yesterday, so now I'm sort of eyeing up different things in the market.
Well, and good thing that you were like conservative with your gems. Now that this whole burning and stones and all this is gonna be
Yeah,
implemented. Oh, I'm not ready. I'm not
yeah, no,
ready.
so yeah, that's going to cause a bit of turmoil in the markets, but that's what I like. I like it when stuff like this happens because then
It makes it fun.
yeah, well, it not only doesn't make it fun, but also if you're looking to pick up things in the market that
Oh,
have been like unobtainable, sometimes you can like get some low bearing fruit, and like everyone sort of like starts panic selling for the next shiny thing, and you can get some good deals.
yeah, definitely. I do agree with that. That's
Mm,
how that's how a lot of my like a lot of the 3210s that we started collecting was
mm.
was like that, you know. Babe, everybody knows already. It's not a
What's that?
secret.
What
He
about
said, "Don't tell them that we collect that anymore."
what the meat numbers?
Yeah, because he thinks that people, like give us extra premiums because I'm like, I collect it. So they're like, oh yeah, people want it. But I mean,
Yeah,
they're already at premiums. But like you said, people get desperate for the next shiny thing and like they're
yeah,
just like, whatever, like
mm,
$5 over floor. It's like,
yeah.
okay, thanks. I
Yeah, well, I
love
mean,
it.
like those opportunities are there for people who like are looking for them. But obviously, like you and I sort of try and make a habit of saying this now. Like anything said in this channel is not classed as financial advice. Do with your money as you will, etc., etc. Be responsible with your own capital, etc., etc. But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, those opportunities are there for people who are looking for them because like there's things in the market that I managed to pick up a while ago that I thought that I'd never be able to pick up because like when I first jumped into VV, like everything was like soaring around like the stupid prices like your 40K waltz and stuff like that. But now things have come like right down from that sort of peak. Then it sort of like opens up the opportunity like to get these things you thought were completely unobtainable.
Yeah. Definitely,
Mm.
definitely, definitely. That's why I feel like there's a lot of hostility in our community towards being a flipper or being a collector. And I feel like people that say that don't even understand what they're talking about really because
Mm.
they go hand in hand. They work
I do.
both ways. Like you need both in order for it to work, one,
Yeah.
and two, I can be a collector and and take chances on shit I don't care about to
Mm.
to get up to the point of getting something that I do collect. Like that's the name of the game, you know? And like we need both in the community and in order for it to work. Because like you
Mm.
said, if we didn't have the flippers, I'm not getting my low mint for like a price I can afford. If
Yeah.
that flipper wasn't there to just pick up his $10 flip and like move
Exactly.
on.
Yeah.
So it all
Well.
works together. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, of course we have our frustrations because going, it's not always like what we personally want
Mm.
out of it. But at the end of the day, like we have to have both
Exactly.
for to have a balance. Like we just
Yeah.
need both. So
Yeah. For sure. And it sort of comes back down to what my collectible said a while back, like when he made that video about why you here. It sort of
yeah,
comes down to your individual reason about why you are here. If you're here to make money, then you might be feeling the pains of like buying at those all times high and holding. like, you know, where things are now. Like me for example, I know I'm guilty of that, and I'm sure everyone's got one of them in their portfolios. Like, you know, I bought Goofy at 3K, so I looked in the market, like, you know, he's like right now is like just shy of 100 gems. So if you got into the market for that reason, then obviously you're going to be stressed out looking at that and thinking like, no, you've lost a lot of money. But at the same time,
Exactly.
if you've gotten into the market for the reason that you just enjoy collecting and you enjoy having that in your collection, then that number shouldn't matter. Well, it should matter, but it won't matter to the point where it's going to cause you
But it
like
will be
stress.
to the point where like you're gonna go FUD, or not even FUD, but just like go and like talk crap about VV and like try to take it down because like I think that's another thing. I feel like people spend more money than they expect, like they should have in the first place, because like
Exactly.
during the bull run, it was so easy to just like get caught up in the moment. I mean, I did it. I put more money than I should have in this app. I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
even gonna
same.
lie. Like I
Yeah.
definitely did. I went all in, you know, like I was like, excited. The bull run was fun. Like crazy stuff was happening all like every single time you turned around. So like money was to be made back in the day, you
Exactly.
know? But that's
Yeah.
the thing, is like you're gonna have bear market and you're gonna have bull run, and like you're gonna have to know how to um act and move in both,
Yeah.
especially if you
Exactly.
plan to like stay in the community and you're not just like in and out, you know?
Yeah,
So
that's right.
yep, you're just gonna have to, I mean, it's all fun and games, and that's another reason why it's so cool to have the community, is because we could at least like communicate this stuff to each other and try, like, you know, level, because like I could be thinking like so strongly about something and then talk to you all about it, and then
Mm.
like you'll open a whole nother thing that I didn't even think about, and you're like, you know what, you're right, like maybe I should like take a chill pill. And
Yeah, I see what you did there.
and
Yeah.
you know, just like, you know, it's just really good that we could all have good conversation.
Mm.
When you can, you know, obviously sometimes people get a little crazy and like start yelling at each other, and like things can get a little out of hand, but most of
Mm.
all, and what I see in the community is people not even like really frustrated. It's more just people just like not knowing where their place is, like you
Yeah.
said, and knowing your place in the community. And
Yeah. And
I think
that's
that once you find that, I think all of this will be a lot easier, or at
mm.
least like, you know, bearable when we're in a bear market. So
Yeah. Well, that's it. I mean, like that's one of the reasons why, like, you know, we created the Web V Collective and Web V Wednesdays, is to give people, like, you know, something to look forward to, or like an outlet to sort of like, you know, talk about these sort of things and sort of get away from the stress of the market, or what VV's doing, what VV's not doing, and any of that sort of like, you know, negativity and fun, and just sort of try and bring people back to the whole reason why the joys of collecting is there, and the social connecting that it sort of brings everybody, and that we can
right.
have, like, you know, like these conversations about things that we love. I mean, like, for example, right now, what we've been going for nearly an hour and 42 minutes or something like that, and we just
Yeah.
basically just been talking about everything, and that's
Right.
and that's what it's all about.
And that's what I love. And I think that obviously Vivi is the icebreaker to like bring us together, because we obviously are
Mm.
here because we have some kind of interest in the same stuff.
Yeah,
But
well, that's
then you get to get on the personal level, and like you really truly become a family with some of these people. Like you and the Web V group, you know, like you guys talk every single day. Like
yeah, we do.
I don't know if it's like if I'm the only one, but I talk to some people on Twitter more than my own siblings in real life.
Same. Yeah, same.
So it's like just crazy, you know, like you grow family members here, and the power of community is strong. And I think that be Vivi will always be a good project no matter
Mm.
what, because of the community that
Yeah,
is
same.
behind it. So
Well, that's one thing I like about VV, is that it's given everybody, like, you know, like a level, like sort of common ground. Like I've spoken to people, like, you know, me for example, I know I'm a forklift driver and I work in recycling, so I consider myself kind of like, you know, not on like a grand pedestal, or just like, you know, a humble guy just trying to make, as someone says in the Star Wars world, just a guy trying to make his way in the universe.
mhm.
Um, But I mean, but in saying that, I've sat down and spoke to people like, you know, in like higher levels like than I am, or as I consider higher levels. Like I've spoken down and speaking to guys like, you know, who are like VPs, like head of companies. I spoke to a guy who's a nuclear physicist, and this guy's like, you know, this guy's like crazy smart and like, you know, really like, you know, on like a next level, like compared to someone of like my standard. But we can still sit down and we can have a conversation about Spider-Man, or we can have a conversation about like, you know, our favorite film or TV or something like that.
Right.
So that's what I sort of like about like, you know, how Vivi's sort of given everybody like, you know, some common ground, whether it doesn't matter where you are in your stage of life or position or anything like that. We can all come together and just share our love of like fandom and pop culture and just collecting.
Yeah, exactly. And then we all get to be excited about when they implement new stuff like this burning mechanism,
Yeah,
and we all get to have our speculation nation going on.
yeah. We've got the burning, we've got the metaverse coming. We've got like, you know, I actually thought the AMA was actually really good, like very positive. Like, you know, obviously you can like Vivi's like trailblazing a new path. Like, you know, there's like new tech. Like, you know, I have no idea what goes into half of this stuff. Like, it might be quite easy for me to say I want comics in showroom, or I want like a working search bar.
Exactly.
But the technical side of that could be something beyond my understanding.
Yeah.
And
Exactly.
I think that's what sometimes some people forget in the community, is that like, you know, they're doing things that hasn't been done before, and like, you know, it might just take a little bit longer than people expect. But as I've said it before, like, you know, in previous like, you know, episodes and videos, like so long as they're going in the right direction and just taking baby steps. I mean, even baby steps will eventually get you somewhere.
Right. Well, and like you said, well, you told me in the messages. I don't know if I actually asked you during the stream.
Oh yeah.
But you said that you joined in May of 2021, right?
Yes. Yep. That's correct.
And so like, and then I joined shortly after you. And so that's why I tried to, it's not that I'm sitting on the fence, but like I try to see all sides of things, you know, because to hear, for me, sometimes like when people give me the reply, oh, we're early, I'm just like, okay, I get it, we're early. Yes,
Yeah.
I get it, you know? And like that's how I feel just being here for a little over a year, you know? And I don't know how the people, I can only like imagine how some of the people feel that started when it was just the OMI token that you could invest in, and it's evolved into this. Like they've been here for a very long time. So I mean, I'm understanding of like frustrations and timelines and being patient, but that's the thing about being super duper early. Like we are still early coming into today's VV, and they were just like uber duper early, like beginner stage coming out of the womb early. Like
Everyone wants Ready Player One now, but
yeah,
it won't work like that.
exactly. And I mean, like time flies, and things and technology advances so quickly that I think that we'll be surprised that once we at least even have just like the VV verse, and whether it's not Ready Player Me status or whatever, like I think that it'll be fast. Like once we already have it, like it will get there very, very, very quickly, in my opinion.
And I've said it before, like, you know, what to really sort of get people on board with it is that it has to be easy to use. Like that's one of the things I like about Vivi, is like, you know, compared to something like buying something on like OpenSea or like on MetaMask or something like that, is that Vivi is easy to use in that comparison. Whereas if you see something, you like it, you load gems up with your credit card, whether that be through the web app, Google Pay, whatever, and then you like it, you buy it, you have it. And
it's
then
easy as that.
Yeah, it's easy as that. Like, you know, you don't have to mess around. Like, you know, okay, I have to load like crypto onto my like MetaMask account. I have to worry about like, you know, C phrases and all that sort of stuff, and then I have to sort of like if I'm going to buy something like, you know, buy Polygon, I got to get like, you know, wrapped ETH and all this sort of stuff, and sort of mess around with things like that, and then you got to transfer.
I know.
It's a really, I wouldn't say it's like complicated once you know what you're doing, but it's a very scary process, and people don't like scary.
Right.
So once they sort of get that out to the masses, saying, look, it's not scary, it's easy to use, then that will help like onboard it a lot better. Like I've said this, like, you know, in other, like, you know, videos as well, like, you know, say if you've got something like, if like my grandmother comes up to me and says, oh, look, I've just bought, like, you know, this NFT, like, you know, on Vivi, and it was really easy to use, then, you know, then you're in the right direction.
Yeah, definitely. Well, and like my cousin that I got onto Vivi as well, she said that she's scared of crypto because just crypto alone like fluctuates, you know, it goes up and down.
Yeah.
And so she's like, so you're telling me that you're gonna like buy like a bunch of Omi and then just hope that you can like spend it appropriately without like, you know, like losing money. She's like, I just don't
Exactly.
understand it. And then when I was showing her Vivi, she was like, well, this is cool because if I just wanted to stack gems, I could just stack gems and I know that it's never going to fluctuate. Like I could have 200 gems and I can come back in 2 weeks and I still have 200 gems. And that is actually kind of cool if you think about it that way. I've never really thought about it like that. But when she said that, I was like, oh, that is kind of like true. Like, even though the market itself is fluctuating on like our collectibles and our books, like technically your gems aren't doing anything until you're just ready to like spend them.
Yeah, well, that's right. I mean, like the same argument can be made, like, you know, in the crypto market, like, you know, that basically you got your stable coins, and that's basically the idea behind them. So
see, I'm not
I mean,
very crypto versed, so I couldn't tell her anything about any of that. So
I have the same conversation with my missus when it comes to, like, you know, dabbling and stuff like that, like, because obviously, like, you know, we bought, and then, like, you know, they had the bull run, and then we had a very sizable portfolio that that had some very nice numbers in it that I was silly and didn't do anything with, and now it's dropped all the way back down again.
oh no.
But now she's like, on my case about, like, no, you've lost all this money. And it's like, no, you don't lose anything until you sell. So,
right.
like, you know, you try and explain, like, you know, the market's like, you know, basically like a roller coaster. So right now we're just like in this part. So eventually we get back to this part, and then it sort of goes up and then down and waves around again.
Yeah.
It's all about like, you know, positioning yourself and, like, you know, investing in stuff that you believe will do well long term. Like, I'm sure, like, back in the day, like, you know, people who invested, like, you know, like, you hear stories of people investing in, like, you know, Bitcoin, Ethereum, when it was like, you know, $10 a coin, or, like, you know, 70 cents a coin for Ethereum or something. Like, you look at those numbers now.
I know. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, only $10 for a Bitcoin. Oh
yeah. Funny enough, like, you know, I knew a bloke a few years back who, like, you know, was telling me all about this coin, like, you know, that he was like, felt very, very strongly about it. He said he was going to put, like, you know, $2,000-3,000, like, you know, $3,000 into it. And I thought, at the time, I thought, like, you know, he was crazy. Like, you know, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that guy since, but I'm hoping he did, because that coin was Polygon. It was Matic.
Oh,
And
dang.
That's when it was trading at, like, you know, cents or pennies or whatever it was before it really shot up.
Dang, I really hope he did then.
I know. I'm hoping he made some money out of that too.
One of the kids I knew in high school, he got pretty wealthy off of the whole GameStop fiasco.
You know.
Yeah, he made some really good money.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, like, just the opportunities are there for people who are brave enough to sort of achieve them.
Right.
And that's what I feel like, you know, with Vivi, like, you know, Vivi, like, you know, we could very well be in that, like, you know, Bitcoin's at $100 stage right now, and Vivi might, like, you know, shoot up and be like, you know, where it is today. Like, well, what's Bitcoin at now? It's like tinkering around 30K. So, you know,
yeah.
those possibilities are there.
Well, so what, do you hold Omi then too, since you're on the crypto side?
Yeah, I do. I do hold some. I mean, I'm actually contemplating even buying a little bit more now that we've had, like, you know, the stories of, like, you know, the Vivi verse. They've also got that new game coming out too as well. That I can never say the name of it. It's a Tenshu. There's that little Japanese game that's apparently supposed to burn.
I know which one you're talking about, with the girl, right? That's like slicing up people, or well, whatever, with her knife.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. I mean, I'm excited to play it. Do you do like the whole like fish thing?
I
too
don't
with your
know.
own?
No, I've never had anything to do with fish. I mean, like I've heard about it, like watching Randy's stream and things like that, but I've never had anything to do with it.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good idea though.
I hold a little bit of Omi, but I mean, I just like let it sit there. I don't do anything like play
Yeah,
games with it or like I
yeah,
should probably help burn some, but I guess
yeah. Well,
I'm just like not contributing.
yeah, I'm the same. Like, I have a very small bag, but just on that chance, like that something comes of it. So that you rather have a little bit than not enough. But you hear
Yeah.
stories about people like buying like Shiba Inu or some like small meme coin. They put like $50 into it and it turned into like 6 billion or whatever it is.
Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, I wouldn't even know though, because then you have to like think about like, do I pull now or do I wait? And then like every time you get greedy, you like totally screw
Oh no,
yourself
I know.
over.
I've had the same conversation with other people. Like, it seems like buying is actually the easy part. Selling is so much harder than buying.
Yes. So much harder. Because then you're like, I'm in the green right now, but like, am I in like a very good part of the green? Or if
No,
I'm just like actually in the yellow and like the
yeah,
green's still like coming,
I know.
Like,
It's that horrible gambler's mindset, isn't it? Where it's just
I
like, oh,
know.
a little bit longer, I can make like another 2-3x or something like that.
I know. Well, that's why I always joke and like to like ask people if they would have sold Walt at 40K because, like you said,
Yeah,
obviously hindsight 2020, like
yeah,
yeah, of course, yeah, I would have. But
yeah.
like realistically, I don't think that I would have. But as soon as I seen him going down, especially after he hit like 30K, I probably would have sold him at
Yeah.
30.
But
But
then comes the question, like, okay, if I sold now, will it shoot back up to 40? It's like,
well, for sure, for sure. I'm just saying, like, just seeing that it went down. I guess we all didn't think that it was going to stay bare this long. That's for sure. I could tell you. I don't know if you're watching on like the YouTube streams like I was and everything, like trying to keep up with everything,
oh yeah,
especially when the market started dipping and everything. But like, it was crazy. Like some people were like, "We're gonna be right back up. Like you guys don't worry about it. Like don't even fret. Like this is the signs of a bull run. We're gonna be in a
yeah,
true
yeah, yeah,
bull run. You know what I'm talking about." Um,
yeah.
so like it was just so many different opinions, and like it was just whether you were just gonna like kind of like lean towards like, okay, Vivi to the moon, or if you were just like, maybe
Yeah.
I
So
can sell my stuff now because it's kind of going low and just like see how it goes.
yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why, like, we created like the Web.V Collective and like Web.V Wednesdays, and that's to get away from all of that, because that's just all like causes people stress, people lose sleep over it,
Yep.
whereas we sort of get back to like the collecting part of it, the sort of joy part of it. So I was just thinking, how about we switch gears a little bit here and maybe do like a little show and tell session.
Yes, let me see. Let me show or blah, blah, blah. Show me what you got.
Show me what you got.
Yeah.
I love the Rick and Morty reference there. Show
Love
me
Rick
what
and
you
Morty.
got.
Show me what you got.
I do like Rick and Morty. I mean,
I love. I was thinking that we would eventually get them on VV because David has a picture of Morty up on his background.
that would be sick. I mean, if we get a pickle Rick, yeah, sweet.
Yep, sweet. I know, right? Or like Summer
Yeah.
when she's all like badass and like ready to like fuck shit up.
Yeah, that would be really good.
I don't know, all of them. I want all the characters. We still need more Simpsons too, but
Well, yeah, we do. We need more Simpsons. I want to see some Simpsons. I want to see some South Park. I want to see more Aliens. I want to see more Predator.
I want to see an animated alien collectible.
Yes,
for sure.
yes. Now you're speaking my language. I mean,
exactly.
I mean, I saw like when they dropped the alien posters, like I literally lost my mind. I was like, oh yes, we've got aliens in the app. I've been screaming for aliens for ages, like ever since Disney bought out Fox Studios. I was like, yes, we've got aliens, we've got Predator. It's only a matter of time before it gets to the app. And then they dropped the posters. I was like, posters, boo. But it's
I know,
aliens.
a poster. But hey, it was a pretty iconic poster though.
It was pretty good, yeah. I mean, I did like the rare one, but like just like with the alien face on it. So that's what I'm sort of looking at the moment. But what I'm hoping for, which I reckon be cool, is an aliens and Predator battle statue.
Oh, that would be
That'd
epic.
be really
Okay.
cool. Yeah, yeah,
Oh, shoot. That would be crazy.
yeah. I know the battle statues haven't really got like a lot of love, but I mean, I really like the Batman and Killer Croc one, and I reckon you pair that with an Aliens and a Predator one, I reckon that'd be really cool.
Yeah, I like the battle statues. I just
I
think
like
that
them.
like I just think it's funny that they call Superman and Flash a battle statue. I know understand it's a race, but like is a race a battle? I mean
There's like
I guess
a
so.
battle of egos or something.
A battle of the egos, yeah. That's good.
Mm.
Oh,
So what?
well, let's see some of
So,
your comics.
yeah.
Let
So
me see.
all right. So let's see. I'll one of my one of my favorite artists I'm really sort of really liking at the moment is Peach Momoko.
Oh my
So
gosh, she's my favorite. Oh, I can't
really,
wait for the show and tell. Yes.
excellent. That is one thing I really do want to see more of on the app is like some more Peach Momoko covers because on the app we've only got the one, which I think is Daredevil number 25.
Yeah, and then her one of one that I couldn't get.
Yeah, which yeah, well, like nobody can like get. Have you ever tried to bid on any of those one of ones?
I mean, for shits and gigs, like the first one, right? The Andy Warhol was the
Oh yeah,
first one, right? So yeah, I did for fun. I don't even remember what I bid. Probably like $200, knowing I'm not gonna like win, you know?
yeah, yeah,
Um, yeah, no, that's way out of my ballpark. I don't even see why I would attempt.
yeah. No, I'm the same. Like no, I don't go anywhere near them.
Yeah, but a lot of them are beautiful artworks, and I really
So
do wish I could, but
I'll only show a handful just because we do have a show and tell session coming up on the
yeah.
with the Webby Collective coming up soon. So I don't want to spoil that episode by showing too much now, but I'll show a couple of the highlights. So one, if I can find it, in a second.
That's funny. Poetry delivery. If you're poetry delivery, well then that could be the battle. Poetry battle. Let's
Poetry
go.
battle. Oh man, I think if it's a poetry battle, I think Farrell Comey's going to throw us all under the bus. Okay, so this is one of my Peach Momoko covers. And let me try and angle so there we go. So this is the Black Panther.
Oh, that's a
So,
beautiful
yeah, I have to
cover.
angle it slightly just because of my bloody light. But
I know it's always the light always ruins it all.
hang on, wait. There we go.
Yeah. Oh, dude, that's so beautiful.
Yeah. So this was actually given to me by D and Hinano from being on the
Oh,
Unreal Uncommon podcast. So anyone who
oh.
hasn't seen the Unreal Uncommon podcast, please like, comment, subscribe. Amazing channel. Those two do some amazing work for the community with the Webby Collective and also in their own individual project, which is the Real Uncommon podcast. So please check that out if you haven't done that already. Okay, so one of my highlights is a Batman #1 for the New 52.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
So
you're into DC stuff. I don't feel like we mentioned DC at like once tonight. So good things.
no,
There we go.
no,
There's our
no,
DC.
we haven't, have we? So do you get any of the Palm comics by any chance? Do you dabble in the Palm?
I don't have a cowl, so I never get the early access.
No,
So
same.
I never ever really get the drops. So I have a couple things on there, but I haven't scored a drop in so long I couldn't even tell you, Alex. It's crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I mean, I tried Palm once, and I actually had a bit of a salty experience with Palm. So it
A
was
bad
when
experience?
I wouldn't say bad experience, but very disappointing.
Okay, okay.
Um, Basically, it was during the Superman drop. So the Superman #1 drop, the very first drop, and I went for it, and it said that I got it, and it said it was minting, and yeah, it was like no worries, got it. But the NFT never turned up in my wallet, and I basically waited. I sent some messages saying, look, it was minting. It was like hasn't turned up yet. What's going on? But then I basically got a email and along with other people in the community as well saying that there was an error. They over minted too many. So basically there were some people who missed out because it basically let them mint more than they had, and I just happened to be one of them people. So I missed out. So I missed
Oh,
out on my Superman. I missed out on my Superman #1. But
oh,
as kind of like, you know, like we're I'm sort of thinking South Park here, going, we're sorry. But
I'm sorry, I'm not trying to laugh at you.
as kind of like a little like, we're sorry, like we're going to airdrop you, like, you know, a free comic. I was like, okay, cool. But you know, that free comic was Black Adam #1.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I mean,
I forgot that happened. I remember
yeah.
that. Now
So
that
I mean,
you refreshed me. Yeah.
yeah.
I
So I
didn't
mean,
even get the Superman. I didn't even hit it. So, you know, I was just like, man, boo. But
yeah. I mean, I was like, I mean, it is nice that they airdrop me a free comic. I mean, like, I am grateful for that. Thank you very much. But it's not on the same level as a Superman #1 now, is it?
like, not even close.
No. I mean, like, now a bat cow, maybe.
Right.
But
Like, hand over a bat cow or like give me a discount on a bat cow
yeah,
that hasn't been minted or something. But
yeah,
I think they were all minted, right?
yeah,
All
right.
the bat cows, they
Yeah, they're all
didn't like
mentioned.
hold any back from the community to like do giveaways and stuff.
Yeah. So after that, I mean, like, I haven't really had much to do with the DC platform after that. The last one I went for, I think, was the Death of Superman comic, just because I really liked the comic and I used to read it as a kid.
Yeah.
But that's it. I mean, I sort of stick just purely with VV now, because also I don't want to spread myself too thin either.
Exactly. I feel that. I feel
Now back to show and tell. This is another big one I've got in my collection as well, which is the same comic, the Batman one, but this is the black and white variant.
go.
So this is the rare variant, I guess you could say. It was a VV equivalent. I've been
Nano
told. Yeah,
says that's gold, my friend.
I have been told it's gold. I know. I really have to look into some of these. Like, these are just like comic books that I've sitting in a box for years, and I don't any anything graded. And I'll show one more, and then I'll save the rest for the show and tell video. And
then I can send you some of mine if you want. I mean,
yeah, what do you got?
I think all my cool ones are actually upstairs. Maybe.
No, what you got there?
What you got here?
What you got?
Awesome stuff.
What have I got? Good question. Where is it?
Oh, speaking of Rick and Morty, I picked this up when I went to the comic book store last. Does not have a sleeve. I'm like, ooh, I needed to put something.
Oh, that's cool.
Rick and Morty. But I'm like, don't want to touch it because, well, you know, I got all my Disney ones, of course. You got these too.
Nice. Yeah, no, I don't have any of them. Like, no, I should have got some. Oh, actually, this one's pretty cool. Okay,
I got like 3 of each cover.
Yeah, I know. Those have been blowing up all over the place.
I know, but it makes you always wonder, like, is it even going to be valuable? I mean, I'm getting them because I love Disney, you know? I like don't really care if it's like worth a lot. But I feel like a lot of people think that they're going to be worth a lot, but it's like if everybody gets them graded and everybody treats them amazingly, like, will they really ever be like valuable? Because the reason why comics are valuable is because people treated them like trash back in the day.
Well, exactly, yeah, because they're all tattered. You can't get any of them. What's that? The strange? Oh, yeah, that's cool. I like that one.
Yeah, but it's like Spider-Man.
Like Spider-Man variant?
Yeah.
Cool.
I don't know, just some random ones.
I got this is another cool one. So this is another one that was gifted to me. This is a Predator variant of Hulk.
What? That's sick.
Yeah, so that's like a Predator variant.
What? That's so cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That one's super cool.
I got this one.
This is one of my favorites. It came in recently.
Yeah, that's nice.
I always love, like, especially like on Pokemon cards, like the moons, they always attract me. So I love this cover.
So I got this one as well. This is a Deadpool versus Punisher comic. That's kind of cool.
Oh, dang, you have some really cool ones. That looks like the art style looks like Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, it does a bit, doesn't it?
It does.
I can't remember the artist was. I think it was. I'm not sure if it was Rodimer or somewhere else, but I can't remember.
And hey, stickers. Yeah, you're right. How'd you know? This is
Moonage stickers. Yeah. I know.
Moonage. Oh yeah, is Moonage part of WebV?
Yes, he is. Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Moonage is part of the Web V Collective. So
Shout out to Moonage. This is
yeah,
his own art. Let's go.
yeah, that's a punk spider. I like that one.
Me too. That's my favorite one. Oh yeah, I wanted to do a comic book. Oh shoot, we've already been going for 2 hours and 10 minutes.
I know. That happens,
Holy,
doesn't it? That's all
holy
right.
shoot! I didn't notice.
You want to do a comic book? Let's do a
Um,
comic book. What do you want to do?
huh?
So,
Yeah, we need to do a comic book.
okay.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Who's all here? We have 9 people. Ooh, all cool people too. I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay. So let's see what I got in my goodies to give away. None of
Oh,
my
yeah.
Gwen stuff. Sorry, guys. You guys are gonna have to get your own Gwen stuff. Look at all my Gwen
Oh,
stuff.
those are nice.
Oh, thanks.
So, do you collect like a certain comic book artist or anything like that, or you just like anything Gwen?
Mostly just anything Gwen. Like, I would love to have like one of all the covers, even though like that's impossible. But like I said, I love Peach Momoko, and she does a lot of Gwen covers. Like, this is a Peach Momoko. This is a one of what, 200, right? Oh, one of 1,000.
Oh, right, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice cover. I like that one.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm losing my voice. Sorry.
So we've been going for too long.
I just been up. I've been up since 5 o'clock this morning.
Have you?
Yeah, I get up pretty early for work, but
Mm.
I mean that's not a problem. Okay, so I could give away either this one, you guys.
Okay.
I know this is a Spider Gwen, but I have multiple, so that's
let's see
okay.
some thumbs up or some thumbs down or some fire symbols. Let's see some indication in there. Who wants this comic?
Or this one.
Oh, that's a good one too. Look, we got Gwen, we got Spider-Punk. Yeah, I just saw Evolve. Like his ears just perk up seeing that one.
Or drum roll, please. Mandalorian.
Oh, we got a first edition Mandalorian. Those are some hot comics right there.
Yeah, I feel like that's good.
Yeah,
Give him 3 options, yeah.
yeah.
So,
Give them 3 options. Do it.
okay, but obviously whoever wins gets to pick, so that's fine.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
So how do you want to do this?
Okay, so this is what I was thinking. Like, I always like to do the giveaway to like benefit the person I'm like doing the interview with.
Okay.
And so I know that you do your Web V Wednesday. And so I was thinking like, is there any way that I could shout out like Web V more, or like, like create a tweet and then like have them retweet it instead?
Well, basically,
Or
what we do normally is like usually a couple of days before Webby Wednesdays, I usually put a tweet out on Twitter just to get like a bit of awareness going. Then that normally gets retweeted by basically the community after that. So a lot of the Webby Collective retweet it. Some members of the community retweet as well. That seems to be working quite well so far. But obviously, if you've got any other ideas, I'm always open to new ideas.
I don't know. Okay, actually, since we have 7 people here, let's just play a game for this one or something.
Okay.
For something fun. Okay, wait. Okay, you guys, put a thumbs up if you're at home right now, or put a thumbs down if you're not.
That's it for Osman. Retweet the tweet. I got 2 of those signed. Nice.
Okay, we have 2 thumbs up. 2 people are awake or at home. I meant 3 people are at home.
So who have we actually got here? We've got
I thought Hinata said that he was going to bed forever ago. Are you supposed to be in bed?
No, I think it's still quite early. Like in Hawaii, I think it's like somewhere around like 6 or 7ish, somewhere around Hawaii. I know time zones.
Okay, everybody's at home. It seems like
Everyone's at home.
Okay, we're doing a scavenger hunt then, you guys.
Okay. Oh,
Okay. I don't know actually, because I don't know how we're gonna message each other the picture. Dang it. No, that I always want to do a scavenger hunt, but I can never do it because because we're doing it on YouTube instead of Spaces.
6:18.
Okay.
There you go. I was close.
Okay, how about
Wait,
I have an idea.
I got one as well, but I'll hear your idea first.
Okay, I was gonna say, how about you pick a collectible on Vivi
Okay.
and message me it, and then they'll have to guess. And
Okay.
obviously, if we could give them a little bit of time, and then if they don't guess it, then we'll start throwing them clues.
Yeah, we could do that. The other thing as well is that I also do regular guess the movie quotes on Twitter. So what I could
Oh,
do is I could basically say the movie quote, and the first person to come up with it comes up with the answer wins.
okay. What do you think, chat? What do you think? I
What do you
think
think, guys?
that I feel like yours is better, but then again, like all your friends are nerds. So are they? Never mind.
Okay,
All your friends are nerds.
I tell you what. Let's do it this way. I'll do guess the movie quote, but I'll do it from a Disney movie.
Okay.
Everyone seems to be on the same level for Disney. So how about we do it like that?
I think that's awesome. Yeah. Make
Let's
it
see
hard. See,
let's see
he's
some
like,
thumbs
make
up.
it hard.
Make it hard. Okay, make it hard. Like, let's see what we can do here. Oh, these live streams are fun. I like these live streams.
Right? I told you. Well, like I said, I didn't know that Twitter Spaces, like, okay, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I only joined Twitter because to keep up with VV stuff. And so I would have definitely just done Twitter Spaces and never opened up a YouTube channel, so I didn't have to like do this because
well,
I still am very awkward with this. I'm like, why do I look like this? But
yeah, no, I mean, like that's one of the other reasons why we started Twitter Spaces as well, is that because doing the videos, I mean, doing the videos is great, but there's a lot of time that goes into the editing. And then
exactly. And like I always tell myself I'm gonna like make a clip that's short, like a short version of this, so we could post it so that somebody that doesn't want to stay for the full 2 hours gets a little breakdown. And I don't do it because to edit the video just takes so long. Life.
Okay, let's see if we can find something that's.
Oh, thanks, Delilah. I appreciate it. I try.
So I'm just trying to find something.
Could do both.
Okay, I got one.
We both want to go through a whole tournament.
Right, okay, so when everyone's ready, I'm going to say the movie quote, and then I want basically someone to write in the comments what the answer is. So I'm going to say the quote from the movie, and then just say the answer if you know what it is, and we'll see how we go.
Oh, good luck, you guys.
Okay, so this is going to be, I think it's either from a Pixar or a Disney movie, but that will give you some guidelines. But see if anybody, and also no cheating, no Googling.
Yeah, please don't cheat. Come on, be fun.
Okay.
Okay.
So here is the movie quote. Okay. You and I are a team. There is nothing more important than our friendship.
Oh, I already know what it is. I think.
Let's see if anybody can guess that one.
I'm gonna write it down so you can, so you know I'm not cheating.
That's it. I'll say it again. You and I are a team. There is nothing more important than our friendship. And I like this quote because I think it sums up like the Web V Collective very well.
I like it too. I don't have any paper to write down my guess to prove that I wasn't.
Leo and Stitch.
Moana.
I won't say yes or no yet because I want to see what everyone comes up with.
Baymax. Oh yeah, maybe we should have said one guess per person at a time.
Well, I'm just looking at the first comment.
We got Moana.
Iron Giant. Actually, that was a good movie, but no.
Lilo and Stitch. Baymax.
Baymax. No. If I'll give everybody another minute. But obviously, if nobody gets it, then we'll move on to another one.
I feel like the hint is he did say Pixar or Disney.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Here's a hint. It's animated. You and I are a team. There is nothing more important than our friendship. Here's another clue. We do have one of these in the VV app.
Okay, we have cars as a guess.
Cars, yeah, cars is good, but no, I'll say it again. We do. You and I are a team. Now we have one part of this team in the VV app.
Oh, shoot. So then I'm wrong on my guess. Oh, frick.
Toy Story, close. It's getting warmer.
That's hot. That's what I thought.
We have a winner. We have a winner.
Is it Monsters?
It's Monsters Inc.
Oh, shoot.
Hinanu, yay!
Let's go.
That's it. It was Monsters Inc. It was said by Mr. Mike Wazowski.
So, hey, you're pretty close friends with Hinano. Which comic cover do you think he's gonna pick?
I reckon. Let's see those covers again.
It was the this camera being backwards thing. Okay, sorry.
That's all right.
We got the Mandalorian.
I'm probably going to go with the Mandalorian would definitely be my strongest choice.
We got Spider-Punk.
Spider-Punk, yeah. And the other one was the
Spider-Gwen.
The Spider-Gwen. I'll tell you what, I reckon there's a part of me that says the Mandalorian, but I reckon he might go with the Spider-Gwen.
He's gonna go with the Spider-Gwen? That's cool. Okay, so which one are you gonna pick? Oh.
Not forcing your hand or anything. Or so Hinanu, my friend, what's it gonna be? It's gonna be the Mando cover.
Mando, of course. Perfect. Message me on Twitter, man, or I'll find you if you don't find me. And I'll get it sent to you. Hinano. And you said he's in Hawaii?
He is in Hawaii.
Nice.
I know he's super jealous.
Can I just visit you and give you the comic in person? I want to go to Hawaii.
That's it. Just post yourself in a box and send it.
I know. And then when it comes, he'll be like, "Wow, this is a big box," and I'm like, "Surprise! Here's your comic."
I can just say, let's pop out of the box. Here's your comic.
Yeah, exactly. And then I came along too because I wanted to hang out. Hi. Hopefully that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm not intruding on anybody's time. That would be funny. But, come on down.
That was good. That was good. I like that way that sort of panned out. That's actually not a bad idea, like, for something to do in the future.
I'm just glad that you came up with that right off your head. You play trivia on the daily or something? You just had that right up your sleeve.
No, I mean games like Trivial Pursuit or Celebrity Heads or whatever. But whatever the game, I'm usually pretty crap at it unless it's something to do with pop culture fandom or maybe film and TV. I got half a chance. But if it's politics,
do you like characters and stuff? I could do that, but like trivia on who is Disney's first princess or something. But entire quotes. You've quoted a lot of movies tonight.
Have I?
Yes, you have.
I guess it's just all these old sort of pop culture references, float around in the subconscious in the back of your head, and there's sort of something springing. You're like, oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, you got pop culture for sure on you.
I love my pop culture.
Oh man, what is this internally?
Internally hurts the wallet for sure.
Oh, what, the shipping? Just kidding.
Yeah, shipping can be brutal from what I've been told, to some areas of the world.
Oh, dude, you're telling me when I had I've done a couple bingo streams, and a girl won a comic that lives in Canada,
Oh yeah.
and they wanted $60 for a comic book chip.
Ouch.
I know. I was like, whoa, that's insane.
Yeah, but again, that's one of the reasons why I like Vivi. It's like, marketplace. You can just send it like that. Like, when we eventually get like,
Oh,
when we
shoot.
eventually get transfers back, then like, we can start sending things to each other a bit easier.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. I
Yeah.
mean, we need trading on the app,
We
Vivi.
do.
Like, we
Yeah.
do.
We
We need
do.
it.
We had this conversation in one of the Web V episodes saying like, even if it was just like, like, definitely need trading between like, users, even if they just charge like, like a fraction like of a gem or like 1 gem of transaction or something. I'm sure people would pay it.
I mean, I would, but I still don't see why they would need to do that anyways either.
Mm,
If I want to trade somebody my item, I mean, it's my item that I should be able to trade. But
exactly. Like maybe it's like a licensor thing, or I, I mean, like some speculations is it's cut down to licenses, or there's some internal thing, or maybe it's like a regulatory thing or something. It might be something we just don't know about. Maybe that's why
well,
they're
and
not
the
doing
thing
it.
is like the whole thing with the whole gyms and everything, like
Yeah, that was a bit
that
salty.
doesn't stop me from messaging you and being like, "Hey, I see that you have the Lady and the Tramp 888 that I want. And
Yep.
so how about I trade you for this $2 comic that I have, but
Hmm.
I'll Venmo you the money." And so
Yep.
now, now you're being Venmoed money and like a deal was made where a $2 comic was traded for like
Yeah.
a $60 item. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I could see like where that could be a problem.
Yeah. I'm 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 sure they'll like, they'll work all this stuff out down the road, but
Yeah.
yeah, we definitely need some kind of trade system. Would be nice just to sort of like, get a bit of like either competitive back in the market, or just like people just like, because like that's one of the aspects of like, collecting is like, is like trading your stuff. Like, back in the day, like,
Exactly.
like back in the day, like, you used to do like, with baseball cards, basketball cards, bloody what's it, well, Pokemon cards, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
so yeah, some kind of trade system would be good.
I mean, even just art, right? Like, I mean, I paint, and I know that like the
Mm,
one main reason why I love to paint is because of people's reactions to my art and how happy they are when I've made them something of my own.
yeah.
So like gifting it and giving my stuff to them and seeing the joy in their faces. Same thing, like that's why I miss transfers, is because I used to
Mm,
do giveaways. I was just like, who wants a comic?
yeah.
And like just like we just did now, instead of having to like ship this to Hawaii now, I would have done it on Vivi and I
Mm,
would have been like, cool, here you go, transferring now. So I miss the transfer days. Hopefully we
yeah.
can get just
Okay.
something back where we
Yeah.
can do it. Even if
I'm,
there's a
I'm
fee, like you said, like I don't mind paying the fee, but I guess
well,
we'll
that's it. I
see.
mean, like even like, when you do like transfers, like, using like the Ethereum network or Polygon or something, they charge like, pennies of fees or something like to use the network. Like, I'm sure like Vivi could incorporate something like that to sort of get some transfers back. But then it comes the question, like, I think it probably rolls back to like, bot accounts and
Yeah.
like, all that sort of stuff. But again, that's all like sort of above my head. But the idea is there, so maybe they'll get there in the future.
Look at his whole saying. He's got a
Nine Evolve,
slogan.
yeah,
Say
Nine Evolve. Thanks for
it
taking the
again.
time to listen in, mate. Always appreciated. And everyone else, thank you for sticking around and listening to our live stream. So
Yeah.
it's been loads of fun. We basically just
We
we're
might have
mate.
to call it quits here
I
in
think,
like 3 minutes if you don't
yeah, that's fine.
mind.
Yeah, no, no
Sorry.
problems. No, that's not a problem at all. I mean, look, we've been going for nearly 2.5 hours now. Like, that's,
I know, but it goes by so quick though, huh?
oh, I know. I tell you about.
I mean,
It's
I
honestly having
can't
fun.
even. I know. I'm like thinking. I'm like, I can't even remember everything that we've talked about. I'm gonna have to like go back in the stream to like
I think go over to
remember.
the replay. Yeah,
But I'm looking forward to the crafting thing.
yeah, same.
With Marvel. Do you have all your stones? I didn't even ask. Do you
No,
have all the
I
stones? If
haven't got a
you
single one.
No,
No, but I'm
that's
not fast.
crazy.
I'm not fast.
You don't care?
No, because I'm, like I said, I'm hanging out
No.
for more like, I mean, like, I mean, I care about it, but I'm not like, losing sleep over it, because like, I'm hanging out for more stuff in the future. Like I said, I want to see some more Alien, I want to see some more Predator. Like,
Yeah.
I'm actually contemplating like maybe picking up either a Rambo or a RoboCop, because that's the sort of stuff I grew up with as a kid.
Okay, so yeah, so you like the more older kind of collectibles, but
Mm.
that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, it all comes down to what you
So
want.
wait, did you not participate in like the potion drop and like all
No,
that kind of burning and stuff
no,
too?
no, didn't do any of that.
Okay.
I mean, sure, like I went. I tried to go for a potion on the drop and stuff like that, but I didn't get anything.
Yeah, I mean, same, same. I went for the potion and I didn't get it, so
Mm. Yeah, well,
then
just
I
because
didn't burn anything. I just we were able to get our the 321 in the aftermarket, so
Mm. Love the live
let's
stream.
go.
K collections in Oz. I like that. Maybe we
Yeah.
can do like a regular session or something, or maybe do like another like a live stream. Like do like a little giveaway or something. That could be fun.
Yeah, definitely. And
Do another
anytime. And then, like
do
I
another
said, I
collab.
definitely plan to like make time to join you on your Web Wednesday sometime. It just sucks because on Wednesdays usually like our movie night. Like
Oh,
we
I
have
see.
Survivor and then we have
Okay.
Mandalorian. Well, now Mando's done, so that
Yeah.
at least is like cut out. But yeah, so like but I'll make time. We can
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I said, the option is always there if you're able to join in. By all means, please.
Yes,
Do
yes.
you use Discord?
Yeah.
I was gonna say I will also post you a Discord link to the WebV Collective Discord if you like.
Oh yeah, yeah, I do. I would love that. I probably won't be super active in there because
Oh,
I
that's
have
fine.
so many group chats,
I
but
bet.
at least I can like keep up with like what you guys are doing in there.
Yeah, I mean,
You know what
like,
I mean? So
well, basically, like, like the Discord is basically just like another little, sorry, another little like little hangout group. So basically, it's
yeah.
just like Discord. We basically just share like comics that we've bought, like TV shows that we're into. Yeah, we've got sections for comics, TVs. We've got something there for gaming, food, travel. Basically,
Oh,
all different things that like we just like to share, like because that's what it's all about. The collecting and connecting.
collecting and connecting.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite little slogans.
Yeah, well, that's what we've been using on the WebV the WebV Wednesdays collect and connect with WebV on WebV Wednesday.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
I feel
anyway,
like that's what Viva should use for their slogan, but yeah. Well,
no,
hey, it's a party.
it's a party. All right,
In
well,
your
so,
Discord, he's saying. But
yeah, yeah, I
thank
definitely
you
come
so
over.
much, Osman, for your time and like waking up like at the ass crack of dawn to talk to me.
No, thank you.
Really
Like I said,
appreciate your time. It's been so fun. Like I said, it went by so fast. That was freaking crazy. Anything else that you would like to end off with and like
no,
shout out or
no,
anything?
basically just shout out to the WebV Collective and to everybody with their individual projects. We've got Mivita Vivi with his channel. We've got Evolve Collects with his channel. The Unreal Uncommon podcast with Hinanu and D. Yeah, check them out. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter. Follow the WebV Collective on YouTube. We do have a YouTube channel, even though it's not overly active at the moment, but we are gradually progressing. And of course, if you're able to tune into WebV Wednesdays, which is our regular time slot of 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, if you want to just listen in, that's cool. If you want to come up and say a few words, that's cool as well. We basically just talk all things film, pop culture, fandom, Marvel, DC, nerdiness. So we just throw it
Let's
all out
geek
there.
out.
That's it. We just have a nice big nerd out session and get away from the negativity and FUD of the outside world and just enjoy the joys of collecting that brings us all together.
Yes. Love it. Thank you so much again, Osman. Hinano, message me so I can send you that comic. And thank you everybody for joining the stream. I hope you guys all had as much fun as I did. I thought this was a really good chat.
Yeah.
We'll definitely have to do it more often. Yeah. I know I'll see you around in the community.
Definitely.
Thanks
All right.
again for all your time. You have a good rest of your day, hanging out with your family and everything.
Yeah, we'll do. So you too. So get some sleep and yeah, we'll talk more soon.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much.
Bye, everybody.
Take care, everybody. Bye.